cat and threw it on there. But it needs to be a specific size, which is pretty huge for the picture. But there's only a very small rectangle of the picture where you can fit the text and pictures and stuff. So like, I went and I actually had a different setup, and then that didn't work out, and it looked dumb, because it made everything look pixelated and fuzzy and like amateurish. So I then got an app to make banners, and then still didn't work out. I then learned I have to make all the texts and pictures and images, all that, really small compared to the rest of the image. So, but it worked out. It looks good. So, all right. So I think we're broadcasting. We should be all set. Let me just check. Yeah, we're broadcasting. All right. And boom, done. Okay. All set. Alright, good to go. For anyone joining in, that would be a whopping 0. For no, well, yeah, because who would want to, first off. We play games here. Don LeBlanc reacted to a link you shared. Huh, I wonder what link that was.
Who would know?
Yeah. Who would know? See if that works. Alright, it does work. So I'm able to... Alright, so I have the second screen set up on my iPad, so I'm able to see the comments and stuff. I'm also able to make comments, which is good. Gate crash. You're
time to suck some dick.
That's a good Thursday night, if you ask me. Your sister has ended up subscribing to the channel.
Yeah, apparently my mom shared it on her thing and tagged my sister.
Yeah, she was like, "You gotta see this," which I love. Like, I love your mom for doing that. That was nice. Yeah. But if she enjoys it as much as she it seemed, then I'm glad that, you know, she liked it. How did you just literally teleported through that? Why are you grabbing me?
Oh, I'm first. Wow. Okay.
What the?
That was some timing. Is someone fucking with you?
Yeah. What? Is it just like the?
Find him. It's a stream sniper. We know how it is.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it! I was literally on the line.
I literally got to you just as
the guy. I don't know why. It even like had me go in. I don't know why the guy like he went me like. Okay, is there someone stream sniping?
Already stream sniping.
Yeah, because this happened the other day when we were playing with Kayla. Everyone kept on grabbing me. It doesn't make any sense. It's not like I'm like PewDiePie or any shit, so it's not like anyone would be paying attention to me.
No, we're famous in Germany now.
Yeah, we're famous in Germany.
We're famous in Germany now.
Oh my god.
We'll get there.
That was he had just turned around like this guy I'm gonna fuck over. This one specifically, even though there was like 12 other people next to him, he turned around and was like, this is the one. First game and I get knocked out.
Yep, now you get to watch me.
Gotta find you.
At this game that I'm fucking so good at.
I hate eggs, dude. I hate... Because I seriously
eggs,
cannot...
I hate this game.
Yeah, well, you know what I meant. Alright, there you are. It works out that you are a bird, so that helps.
Ow, bitch.
Maybe that will give you some sort of advantage.
The bird costume gives
Yeah, the bird costume. Because when I'm trying to steal eggs, I can't, like, the other day, I can never get up. I can never jump up. Holding the egg, I can't get up. Like, see, let me see if you... See? Exactly. This. I don't understand! Do you have to, like, throw it?
That's what I'm guessing it is. If I know I can't...
Yeah, and you can't even... Oh, my goodness.
Bitch!
You This, I don't, yeah, see, I don't understand it. I don't get it. Like, this is... Maybe... I'm pretty sure I've done it before where I had an egg and, like, I was able to get up. So I don't understand why... Man, Red is... Oh, Red, like, they had 7 and they just jumped up.
This game mode just sucks.
I'm so glad I got knocked out. My blood pressure would be rising if I was...
I'm just gonna stay up here and wait for one of my guys to pass it to me.
Yeah, right?
Rhino, throw it. Thank you.
Rhino, throw the egg. The yellow just helped you out there. Oh no.
Oh fuck!
How? Oh, get that blue guy, because I guess those eggs are like 5 or some shit. Oh damn it.
God damn. Yeah, we lost. This game mode sucks so much dick.
It does.
This game mode is just bad.
It do be bad. Alright, oh, backing out.
Fucking, it's not me, it's the game.
Yep. Well, it's alright, because the name of the stream is Underperforming at Fall Guys. I think it's a good title.
It wasn't underperforming, the game gimped me.
Where is... I gotta clean the fur my cat has left on my bed. So if you hear clicking noise...
Yeah, that's totally what that is.
Apologies.
Totally
I am
not dick pumping yourself. Right.
I'm collecting enough hair to make another cat.
Oh lordy. So I got my desk in today, right?
Yep.
And I go down to, I get, Amazon tells me that they put it off in the office, so I go and get it. And I walk into the office and the lady just looks at me like, what are you here for? And I'm like, I have a package, so, like, can I grab that real quick? And like I go over to the book and it's already filled out, so like I know they have my package, so I sign my name next to it.
Yeah, they got your package.
Yeah. She wanted my package. But then she just goes into the mailroom. She's like, we don't have a package for you. I'm like, it's right there, and it's the first one in front of the door. She's like, let me check, and checks the label. Oh, yeah, this is yours. I must not have put it in the book yet. I'm like, it was in the book. Like, oh. I'm like, you suck at your job.
You're just stupid. You're stupid pants. Get out of my way, pigeon. I'm telling you, if I get grabbed again here. Hey, Scotty boy, what's going on? God damn it.
Fucking... And now the juggle to get through the fucking hole.
Phrasing. Danny was just saying how popular we are in Germany next to you.
Yeah, you made us superstars there.
I don't think I'm making it in this one. Oh my god. Why do I suck today?
I mean,
Come
you suck
on.
every day. You're just sucking extra today.
Alright, I made it. Thank God. I was wondering who was watching. I think there was like one person.
20%.
Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da. No Kayla today, Scott. She's at work.
You should be playing from work.
Yeah. Actually, she was supposed to have today off, but, you know, work.
Saw your Facebook post. Didn't you see it on my YTP?
Yeah, I'm sure that YouTube hates us, so...
YouTube hates everyone.
Yeah, like I think I've had this channel for about... I've had it for a little more than a year, but we only started like actually posting and editing clips maybe like 6 months or so, and I literally only just started streaming because it's easier than a lot. But
to be fair, you also don't advertise your channel.
I don't know, but YouTube doesn't like short clips and stuff, so I'm sure that they hate my channel. God damn it! People, get out of my way!
Oh, seesaws of hell.
Seesaws of hell, yeah. If you, Scott, you gotta put your notifications on. I'm gonna sound like one of those...
Ring the bell.
Yeah, ring the bell, the typical...
Ring the bell.
Typical YouTube bullshit. And that's actually what cause, like, I just like making videos. And I just like trying to be funny, so... I don't like trying to shove things down, especially, like, when you're... such a small channel. It sounds sad.
Don't do it in graphics.
What do you mean? Like just at... Oh, no.
Either at the beginning or the end of your video, make little animations of subscribing and ringing the bell.
Yeah, true. I should.
But like add a part where people just won't click away.
I'm
like,
not.
So, like,
I'm not. Nope. This seesaw game is... God.
Fucking dicks.
Yeah. I think I am the farthest away from everybody.
No.
Oh, nice.
I'm
that
right
guy.
next to you.
This spinny thing here is new. Not sure why that's there. Maybe it's to help, but I don't think it does.
To make life even worse.
Yeah. Honestly, seesaw is so cancerous because of how everyone...
Go on without me.
Oof. Am I? I don't. Nope. I'm not gonna make it. It's that pigeon there. Fuck. Bell is hit. Ah, thanks, Scott. Good thing about the time difference. By the time you stream, I'm usually in bed drinking or both. You know what? That's the way to live. We already lost.
Something to drink today.
Yeah. I kind of feel the same. We need to do a get drunk stream for Fall Guys.
I actually would enjoy that. All three of us just fucking drinking. Yep.
Yeah, every time we die or lose, you know. But my tolerance is non-existent because I don't drink. I don't drink pretty much.
That's good though. That means you don't have to waste
I know.
a lot of money getting drunk for the
Exactly.
stream.
Exactly. But yeah, ever since I've like started body lifting and I avoid son of a bitch. I avoid alcohol.
And it kicked me completely out.
Yeah, I gotta re-invite you. Scott, what's your favorite type of drink? Why can't I? I can't invite you. I'm not, but like I'm still...
So you're not I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I can't, I don't know what's going on. Maybe...
Try closing Fall Guys? No, it came back, I think.
Well, because every time I try to invite you, it opens up my menu and I'll, there we go. Alright, it just was not... it wasn't working.
There we go, cool.
Technical difficulties.
Yes, not even technical difficulty.
Yeah.
Just PlayStation.
Did you see? Did you see the whole? So PlayStation. How much is?
Schlapper Seppel, which is a brand of German beer.
How much?
Also a fan of white wine and vodka. How about you guys?
So Scott says he likes Schlapper Seppel, which is a German brand of beer. Also a fan of white wine and vodka, and he asks what we like.
Beer.
Well, Danny, you're the more seasoned veteran of this. I mean, well, technically I'm more seasoned. Technically, I'm more seasoned. I've been drinking. I was drinking a lot earlier before you, but because I am no longer much of a drinker. But you are, so you can take the question first.
I mean, I don't know. I don't drink beer. I've only ever had one beer that I can even stomach, Shiner.
Never heard of Shiner.
But it just doesn't taste good to me. So I'm more liquor, whiskey, bourbon, vodka, moonshine.
So you like the hard stuff.
I live down in South, so they make fun of me here because I prefer to mix drinks versus drinking it straight.
Yeah,
I like the flavor.
Right?
But down
I don't
here,
like.
Like, oh, you're not a real man. Oh, you're drinking. I literally had. I was telling. Remember how I had that Blue Flame the other day?
Yep.
Or the other week. For Scott who doesn't know, Blue Flame is a very high-end moonshine, 140 proof. And it just smells and tastes like nail polish. Just straight nail polish. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna find a way to make a drinkable drink out of this. And my girlfriend was a bartender, so she knows a little bit of mixology. So she got some things. We spent a night just trying to figure out a way to make it drinkable. And we succeeded. But I got way too hammered way too quick on it. And it's always fun talking to people about how, like, yeah, all of a sudden I was in my kitchen talking to my mom and my girlfriend, and the next thing I know, in the bathroom puking my guts out, and I remember nothing in between, and apparently it was 3 hours. Like,
Scott says, holy shit, 140?
Oh, yeah. It's fucking awful. So, yeah, I'm drinking, I was telling my coworkers about that, and one guy's like, you just didn't drink it straight? And I'm like, I couldn't smell it straight without throwing up. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, I gotta be a real man, put hair in your chest.
Oh my god.
It's like,
yeah,
no, like,
and that's how you kill your liver. Yeah, you drink it straight, you kill your liver.
It's like absinthe. I like the taste of absinthe.
You're disgusting.
I like black licorice.
Yeah,
black
you're
licorice
disgusting.
Delicious.
You're disgusting.
But so I can stomach it straight. I'm not gonna drink it straight because I'm still gonna put it in with something to make it taste better.
I refuse to take shots. I hate drinking alcohol straight. It's kind of like stabbing yourself in the stomach. Like, you know, because someone else said, you know what's fun? Stabbing yourself in the stomach. If you want to have a good time, do that. And so you're told, yeah, all right, yeah, I'll do that. So you're believing that taking shots is fun. Now, if you're looking to get drunk as fast as possible, then yes. But if you're trying to enjoy yourself, taking alcohol, drinking shots of that, it's just disgusting. So I'm the same way. I prefer to have chasers with my alcohol.
I do like taking shots sometimes, but primarily not as when I recreationally drink, I don't do it.
Yeah.
But when I do drinking games, don't like doing this pussyfoot thing where we're like, let's make a weak mixed drink.
Okay, see, now we're getting a whole other territory. Like, no. If it's part of the rules or part of a game, then you either take the shot or you don't play.
Next time I'm up there, we gotta play. I don't know what the true name of it is because it's in Japanese. But we gotta play Tap Tap.
I've never heard of that.
It's a game that one of my ironically it's taught me. It's everyone has shot glasses, right?
Yep.
Empty shot glasses, and you have whatever liquor you're doing shots of.
Yep.
And everyone gets in a circle, and
server
one person starts.
disconnected. Fantastic. Yep.
And yeah, then it kicks me out of the party. So invite me
again with this shit.
Yeah. But yeah, the first person starts. Tap it, and if you tap.
Yep.
It's their turn, and it's like the Uno reverse card. It reverses the order, so the person to my left would go. If I tap 3 times, it's the Uno skip card. It skips the next person in order.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's going right, it skips the person to my right, person after them goes. If it's going to my left, skips that person to that. And it's a rhythm game. So you keep going and keep speeding up until someone makes a mistake. Either taps when they're not supposed to, or doesn't tap when they are supposed to.
Not gonna lie, that doesn't sound fun.
If you mess up, you take a shot.
I'd be drunk in seconds.
That's the point of all age fucking drinking games. Shelby Bunny is another rhythm game. It's super simple. All you do is you take your hands like you're squeezing tits, and you squeeze them towards your face. And you go Shelby Bunny, and then you pick someone in your group, and you essentially squeeze their tits, Shelby Bunny. And then it's them, and then they do the same, and they do it the same, right?
Yep.
And you just keep going.
All right then. Well, Scott, to answer what kind of drinks I like I said, I'm not much of a drinker. No. It's all good. We were going into a whole game side story here. Ready up.
No, don't tell me what to do. You're my real dad.
I know. I am not. So yeah, I'd probably say my favorite drinks are, I like gin and tonics. It's such an easy drink to make. It can be pretty cheap too, depending on the liquor you get. And then I have become a huge fan of Irish mules.
I don't mind some lore, mate.
Scott says he doesn't mind some lore.
Got so much lore.
Yeah. The last time I officially got drunk was I think 2 years ago. I told you this story, Danny.
We can fix that.
Yeah. Right. Kayla and I went camping with my family. And so it was like, oh, hey, I don't have to drive. We're staying the night, so I can get drunk. And I hadn't gotten drunk, actually had some good drinks in a while. I bought a full case of hard cider, full case, and then some Tennessee whiskey, and it was Fireball or something, I think, actually. So I was mixing those. Tennessee Fire, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was taking a full thing of hard cider, and then putting Tennessee Fire in it. And so I started drinking immediately once we got to the campsite, which was probably around 4 or 5. I started drinking. So by the time it was later, I was kind of tipsy, but I wasn't full on drunk. My uncle had homemade moonshine, and I think it was peach flavor, if I can remember. Now, before I actually had that, I had smelled it, and it was the same thing you said, Danny, the nail polish. It was ugh.
Yeah.
So I had gotten drunk enough on my drinks to where I didn't care anymore.
How is this guy just getting them? Holy shit!
Guy's a hacker. No, so I started taking swigs of the homemade moonshine. Well, I ended up getting so hungover because the next day I got vertigo. I couldn't stand up without the world shifting. And that was actually the last time I got drunk. What is up with the hammers?
That actually reminds me of the first
No! Okay.
The first time I ever got tipsy. I don't think I got drunk. I definitely got tipsy.
Yep.
It was well before I started drinking. It was, I think I was still 19 is this about to crash?
It might. What is up with Fall Guys? Okay, thank God.
Oh, it just could be.
Oh, I think everyone probably who got booted left.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so it was turned 19, living in Florida in the Marine Corps, and obviously underage can't be drinking, right? So I'm a good guy. I don't drink. I didn't drink until I was 24, well past the age.
Yep.
But
Slime climb.
We had what's called a Warriors Night. And what a Warriors Night is, and this is gonna be so much lore for Scott. What a Warriors Night is.
It's gonna be lore for me too. I don't know what a lore is.
Marine Corps is all about fucking orders and respect and or not party, but celebration and stuff like that. Everything is formalized and structured, and there's balls and galas that have certain ways to do that exact ball and gala and all that. And there's what's called I think it's a gentleman's night, is when you're in the same type of party when you're in your blues uniforms.
Yeah.
I think it's called a
Drinking
I
she
might be
here is
misremembering that
1-6.
one. A
Little
mess
fun
night
fact.
is when you're in, is the same type of party when you're in service uniforms, the green ones.
Yep.
Age not
And
emojis Amy face.
Warriors Night is when you're in, is the same thing when you're in camis, and it's supposed to be this big meal honoring your warrior mythos or whatever bullshit they tell you. And like they were telling all this stuff.
No,
that
why?
In the schoolhouse in Florida, and we're getting all excited for all the stuff we have to do. We have to plan all of this. We're told like, oh, it's a night for camaraderie. You can bring up grievances during it.
Damn it.
That way you can have them taken care of during it, and the person who has the or the president of the mass will hear your grievance and issue a verdict on it. And that way you can leave there without being like, oh, still having grudges and shit and all that. I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and they're like, oh yeah, like it's gonna be, since it's supposed to be a sophisticated night. We were doing a Warriors once we were in our camis. But like, since it's supposed to be a sophisticated night, there will also be wine there. But obviously, some of us, since it's still early for you guys, you're in the schoolhouse, might not be able to drink. There will be sparkling cider there for you, or sparkling water, like grape juice essentially, for you to drink instead of wine. Well, the night comes. It's like we start at like 7, so it's dark out. We get all in the tent and everything. And Master Guns, highest enlisted rank in Marine Corps, that's still on the technical side. Like a sergeant major is the same grade, but they're on the rules side. At that point, you have the rules people and you have the technical people, and Master Guns is the technical guy. All that to say, a lot of years, a lot of respect, because he also knows the fuck out of his job. Like, he is an expert on his job. Comes up to all of us younglings who've not even been in the Marine Corps a year yet, and goes, there is no sparkling grape juice. If anyone leaves here sober, you're getting an NJP. And an NJP is non-judicial punishment, which means we're going to throw the book at you and fuck with your life, but we're not going to take you to court to do it. So I'm like, fuck. So the entire night, like, we eat, we're drinking and everything, and then I also find out I was lied to about what the Warrior Night is.
Yeah.
The Warrior Night has nothing to fucking do with any sort of honoring anything or whatever. It's all bullshit. It's literally just a way to make fun of. A great example, a grievance that was brought up was that our gunny, when he was a lance corporal, when he was a lance coolie, no!
I got knocked out, just so you know. Yeah.
Our lance coolie, when he was a lance coolie, in his barracks room, recorded himself on video with a Pringles can shoved into his boxer, singing "I Have a Pee-Pee" and dancing for the camera. That's the type of night it was. We saw a video on this, and then the punishments of the video, or the punishments for infractions that the president deems you guilty of, were stuff like do 20 push-ups while people are standing on your back, or every time you have to go to the bathroom, keep in mind we're getting drunk as fuck, anytime you have to go to the bathroom you have to crab walk all the way there, and it's 20 yards outside the tent, and just fucking with you. To include, you have to drink from one of the 2 grogs. The grogs, you had your non-alcoholic and your alcoholic grog. I'll describe the alcoholic one first.
Mm-hmm.
The alcoholic grog was a trash can, and not like a small, like, home, like a big, one of those big circular plastic outdoor trash cans. Full to the brim of every liquor imaginable. They went to a liquor store, bought thousands of dollars of liquor, and poured it into a trash can.
Oh my god.
That was the alcoholic grog. The non-alcoholic grog was under the same idea, so to speak. It was another trash can, same type, but because it can't have liquor, it instead had every possible liquid that was quote-unquote safe to drink imaginable. you know, like soy sauce, ketchup,
Oh my
soda,
god, no.
vinegar.
No.
So if you were underage, for the most part, once everyone got so drunk they didn't care, like this went out the window. But for the most part, if you were underage, you had to drink the non-alcoholic. If you were of age, you could choose. After about an hour of this 3-hour ordeal, no one was caring. Everyone was drinking the alcoholic one. Like literally, it got so bad. People would be like, to go to the bathroom, you had to request permission. You had to say, president. You couldn't ask the president of the mass. You had to ask the vice president of the mass if you could speak to the president of the mass. So you had to stand up. You couldn't leave your table. You had to stand up and shout across the room to the vice president if you were allowed to speak to the president. The vice president then had to ask the president if he's allowed to speak. President responds, vice president responds to you, then you're allowed to ask your question to the vice president or to the president.
Yep.
And then at any point, if you're denied, you have to sit back down and start the whole thing over again.
Oh.
And
my God.
And to include, like, if you're going to the bathroom, that's what you have to do. And then the president would either grant or deny your request. To include with stipulations, as aforementioned, crab walk all the way to the fucking bathroom. So eventually, some people were so drunk and didn't care enough.
We have some new people joining on the stream.
They're going to be so confused.
Yeah. So, for context, Danny's telling us stories back when he got drunk in the Marine Corps.
Yeah. So for context, or not to context, for people got so drunk when they were like being told to crab walk to the bathroom, some people just wouldn't ask anymore and just started pissing under the table, just undoing their cami crabs. And you just start hearing in the middle of a silence, like between grievances, and like hitter on. Cause we were outside in tent, so it's on ground, it's on like water, like you know when a dog like pees on ground and starts to like get wet and you hear that sound? You'd hear that, and then everyone just look at it and be like I remember one time it was clear as day, like immediately. Like, and President Matt's like, who the fuck is peeing? And some guy just, midstream, I'm guessing, so we were still hearing the sound, just raised his hands like, me, President! Like, oh my fucking god. He got 2 drinks from the grog.
Yeah, that would have to suck to ask, stand up, yell, Vice President, can I speak to the President, just to use the bathroom.
Oh, it was everything. If you wanted to do anything, you had to do it. And we saw stuff like the Gunny fucking Dick Pringle story. We had other grievances that weren't even real grievances. Like, this guy snores too loud in his sleep, and it was his roommate. Like stuff like that. Like it was just making fun. It was a fun night. Like it was literally just bullshit. Fun, build camaraderie, have fun night.
Yep.
But I remember leaving that, and it was the first time I'd gotten up, because I was like, I'm not fucking crab walking to the head, I don't need to go. And I also am like, I'm not pissing under the
I'm getting
table.
grabbed again, what the fuck?
They just want to hold you. You're irresistible.
Right.
But no, they, so I remember getting up for the first time that night since I've been drinking, my first time ever drinking. And I just remember like the ground suddenly coming up very quickly to me, and everything seemed wobbly, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? It was a fun half-mile walk.
Oh, damn it! I hate my life. Yeah, of course you did.
That was a fun half-mile walk home.
I don't think I'm gonna... Yeah. Alright, I got it. I
didn't drink again for 5 years.
I know, I think I, like... The last time I actually drank anything was probably when, like I said, when I went camping and got vertigo. That sucks because that was.
I should, but fuck it.
Yeah, it was kind of like the same thing you said. Like I stood up, and then all of a sudden, like the world shifted, and I thought it was like, oh, I'm just hungover, but it just stayed with me the entire day.
I just saw he put age is 16 here.
Yep.
That's something that was fun and detrimental. My first, so that was when I was in Florida for school. My first actual station was in Japan, where the drinking age is 20. And you tell a bunch of military members that come from a country where the drinking age is so high that they can drink a year early. And they will fucking destroy liquor stores. Like, holy shit. I don't remember a single night that like my roommate and stuff were sober in there, and that was fun for me because I was always the sober one, so like I was the one fucking laughing off to the fucking side. I remember we did one night someone got a collector's edition of the Star Wars trilogy, the original trilogy, and we did the Star Wars drinking game for all 3 movies in a row with hard liquor. And I'm just sitting there, still laughing as everyone's fucking throwing up everywhere. We're like, we're still doing this. I'm like, someone's gonna die. God.
I'm gonna fuck over yellow. Fucking over yellow. Come on, being this blue guy.
Well, we got it.
We qualified, yep. I think blue is getting screwed by yellow. Yeah, the blue's gonna probably lose.
That's just...
Yep. Alright then. Yeah, I don't have many drinking stories other than I think the camping one, and then the one with Red where he threw up all over my couch. Well, since Scott hasn't heard this story, I know you have. All right, so Scott, back for context reasons, we're gonna say we were of age, you know. So
yeah,
we were
totally
21.
All of them had turned 21 on
yes,
this day.
On this day, we all turned 21. So my buddy, my best friend at the time, brought his cousin over to my house, and so we're in my basically where I was living. I lived with my father. I lived with my father, and I lived in the. I had the whole basement to myself. And so my buddy and his cousin came down for the weekend. Whoa. Okay. Came down for the weekend, and my buddy's cousin had brought
I'm not
absinthe.
making it their way to the end.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, you might. We're kind of all stuck here. I guarantee it. Yep. Come on. Yeah, I think I can get it. I got it.
Holy shit, I was like last.
No shit. Great. So anyways, yeah, so my buddy's cousin, we'll call him Red. Red brought absinthe to the house. I think he just filled up like a water bottle of...
Delicious.
Yeah, disgusting. Water bottle of this shit.
Absinthe.
I think he had like some other bottles like of vodka and stuff. And we like... So me and my best friend...
Mindy, I'll get you some water after this game.
Me and my best friend, we were kind of just drinking casually, no big deal. But Red was going hard. Like, I had taken one shot of the absinthe, and the black licorice tastes disgusting. So Red was going hard, and he ends up, of course, getting completely smashed and passes out on my couch. So me and my buddy are watching TV, and for some reason we're laughing our asses off. Like, I don't know, maybe there was some weed laced in that alcohol. It was like, we were just laughing at the stupidest shit. Like, I remember laughing at this, like, woman who had freaking wrinkles. And I just thought it was so funny that she had wrinkles. I don't know why. Well, Nate, damn it, Red ends up throwing up on my couch and like is laying in it. He just throws up and is just like smothering his face in it. And my buddy and I are just laughing. God damn it, these people keep blocking me. My buddy and I are just like laughing so hard, and we're like, all right, well, we gotta clean him up. So we're trying to get him up. My dad ends up coming down because he hears us laughing so hard, and he's like wondering what's going on. My dad's like, what the fuck? This guy better not die in my house. So oh fuck. So we no. So we ended up getting Red up and bringing him to the. I am not winning this. There are so many freaking people.
I just lost. Somebody fucking smartly cut me off. You got
no, what? What? I was moving. Anyways.
No, never mind. This fucking ninja got this. Holy shit, Gamer Shark.
Oh man, yeah, he definitely does. So yeah, anyways. So my father
maybe he doesn't.
Maybe he doesn't. So my father comes downstairs, pissed off, and is like, "This guy better not die in my house," you know, typical.
Yeah.
Typical stuff. So so we pick up my buddy Red, and we bring him to the bathroom, and we're trying to sober him up, you know, wake his ass up a bit. So we put him near the toilet so he can like throw up and all that. And me and my best friend had the bright idea of, well, what's better than grain and water for sobering them up? So we decide to take a packet of oatmeal, open it, and pour it in a cup of water. It's not like we made oatmeal for this guy. So it was like really watery oatmeal. So we're trying to force drink Red this oatmeal water, and he's not having it. Like, he's just like hating us, like, you know, pushing us away and stuff. And we're like, no, you gotta drink this. You gotta drink this. So he continues like throwing up and stuff.
Ungrateful.
And I know, right? He continues throwing up, and he's just like, he's like, then he starts yelling, water. And so we're like, oh, we have water in this cup. Not that water. So we're like, all right, well, finish this water and we'll give you regular water. So he snatches the cup out of our hands and just chugs it, throws the cup back at us. Water. So we, of course, fill it up with regular water, and he drinks that. So now he's starting to sober up a bit. So we decide to strip him down and throw him in the shower, and we take his clothes to wash it. So we give him a quick, you know, rundown and shit. I don't think he fully remembers it, because I have had to remind him multiple times. But of course, I think it's for him, it's probably one of the more embarrassing stories. But I think it's such a hilarious story for me and Mike. So every time I see Red, I always bring this story up. But that was the only crazy get drunk story. Everything else was kind of... I was always really much more of a responsible drinker anyways. My parents used to let me drink at home, so I never really had any desire to get completely smashed.
Sounds like a terrible night for him.
I never really
It did.
had
It
desire
did.
to. It just happened.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, like, it was literally like, I'm gonna try this out, and then it's just, I'm no longer awake. Like, the first time I ever went to a quote-unquote party to drink, to tell you how much of a nerd I was,
Fucking
it was
tequila
literally
did it to me one time.
LAN party.
Tequila.
We all brought our computers to one of my friend's house and just, like, played Overwatch in the same room together. It was fucking super fun. We also played, like, drunk Mario Kart, like, don't drink and drive.
Oh, yeah.
It was fucking super fun. We should do a stream of that if you get a capture card.
I know, right?
Don't drink and drive Mario Kart. But anyway, that's a night I got introduced to lava flows. Do you know what type of drink that is?
I do not.
It's rum and strawberry, and it's a very, like, cream drink. It's dangerous because it's basically drinking candy. And it's also ridiculously strong because rum naturally isn't very harsh, so you can put a lot in it. Plus you put a very sweet, like, strawberry syrup. That was a very interesting night for a lot of reasons. First off, my first night actually drinking with friends. Second off, drank way too much, so I got way too little inhibitions very quickly. Third off, the hosts of the party were two of my friends from my D&D group, a married couple that had an open relationship that was sleeping with the wife. Fourth off, I found out during the night two interesting things that happened. That first off, he was kind of jealous of the sleeping around thing because he wasn't getting as much action as she was.
Of course, she's a fucking woman.
That I was there. Well, hold on. Like, I mean, yeah, I 100% agree with that. He was also a dick, so it wasn't just the fact that he had a dick. But then also he revealed to her, because he revealed to her, like, yeah, I'm kind of jealous. Then also revealed to her, like, I won't be jealous though if we have a threesome. and she figured he meant, like, with another woman.
Yeah.
No, with me.
Oh my.
So that was really weird. That occurred during that night. And then she also had another... Fuck, don't jinx me. Then she also had another girlfriend there that was also married to one of their mutual friends, who she was telling
I saved
about
you, Danny. Oh, never mind. You go.
All of her sexual escapades with, and brought up the fact that she was also sleeping with me, and I was there, right?
Yep. What the
And
fuck?
she
So
and her
how
friend
was the
was like,
playlist?
"Oh, I want some of that." So the entire night, her friend came on to me, and
So
I
how was
was
the
like,
threesome?
not
Scott
sure.
says.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
So I was the whole time she was coming on to me, and I was weird because like I knew nothing about her aside from she was married.
Yep.
So I'm sitting there going like, what the fuck do I do? But I can't get for anonymity's sake, I couldn't get Rebecca, the wife that I was sleeping with.
Mhm.
I couldn't get Rebecca alone to ask her like, what the fuck's up with your friend? Like he's coming like super onto me in front of her husband. Like, is there an open relationship? Like, I'm really confused and I don't want to upset anything.
Yep.
I'm glad I didn't do anything. Turns out it wasn't an open relationship. It was this other son of a bitch. But yeah, it just was a really fucking weird night. Like just a bunch of shit like that. Got way too drunk. That's when I learned tap tap.
Oh, yep.
It. A lot of the guys started getting weirdly drunk. Like, it was my first experience with like. So what's with guys? Like, I don't get this. And I'm a guy. I fucking like, and I'm stereotypically like the dude bro type of guy. Like, if you look at like I was in the Marines. Like, I shot stuff. I love guns. I love blowing shit up. And like, I don't get this. I don't get why when a bunch of guys get drunk together, do they have to start stripping naked? Like, why is that a thing? Like, it's not like, oh, they're stripping naked for the girls. Like, all the girls and me, because I'm horrified, are sitting on the couch. And the guys are just up there stripping naked and, like, chest bumping each other. I'm like,
oh my
what am I about? Are you guys about to start jerking each other off in front of this? Do I need to get a camera and make some money off of this? Like, what's going on?
I gotta go make a protein shake. You keep the stream alive.
you keep your headset on so you can listen. I want to tell a story sometime.
I can keep the headset on. I'll just have to shut it off when I start blending.
Yeah, or mute it. But yeah, so she, so weird night. Like, start stripping. Like, I find out while they're stripping is when I find out. Like, yeah, like if you're up for it, my husband, we'll call him D'Artagnan, because I can't think of a different name for some reason. D'Artagnan wants to have a threesome with you tonight if you're up for it. And at the time, I'm like, I mean, sure, I'll be fine with it if you are. Like, I don't want to fuck up with your relationship or anything.
Yeah.
I know he's a little insecure about shit and everything. Because he did have some legit reasons to be insecure. Not his fault and all that. But I was like, I don't want to fuck anything up. Like, you guys are legit friends. Because I'm not the type of person that just fucks anyone. Like, I do have to have like some. We've talked about this before. How I need to, if I'm going to be that sort of intimate with anyone, I also want to kind of like hang out with them. I don't
know
want
them, be comfortable with them. I'm the same way.
Yeah. So like I was legit friends with them. We played D&D and all that stuff together. And then so while they're fucking stripping and basically jerking each other off in front of us, me and her are talking about it, and she brings up like she doesn't want to have the threesome. I mean, keep in mind, this bitch is one of the kinkiest one I've ever been with. Like, legit, she has told me she would love to just be used by guys. One of the highlights of my memory that's had, I was the DM for our D&D group. And I know it's super hot talking about D&D after being like, oh yeah, this is a kinky bitch, D&D. But we, like, they were going up against this mad god. His powers, essentially, was he couldn't directly interact with the world. So he couldn't just be like, oh, I'm here, like most gods in D&D can. He had this black stone that it was his way of interacting with the world. If you ingested this stone in any way, or if it got into your body in any way, like stabbed with a stone weapon and that left some in you and stuff like that, he'd essentially enter your system and be able to start messing with your mind and all that. And, like,
I had lost connection to the to my PlayStation, so literally, so I missed a little bit, but I know what we're talking about, yeah.
Where'd it leave off?
You talked about the D&D group.
Okay, so yeah, you
yeah, I'm not.
Okay. So that's how you interact with the world, is Blackstone and all that. And they were at a part of the story where, like, their entire campaign was against stopping this guy, so, like, they knew all of this. But they were getting reinforcements for their army, in an area where he wasn't supposed to be. Like his forces hadn't really gotten there, so to speak. And they find out like, oh no, he actually is. Like, and they find out more of the backstory. And I won't get too much into that super nerdy shit while I'm talking about drunk sex stuff. But long story short, he gets into your mind. He's a mind game player. All of that. Well, at some point in a previous session, she had been infected. And I had told her that she had failed a roll for like fighting it off essentially. So she was kind of like my player that I was twisting against the party and all of that. And the part of that was she got put unconscious for resisting him, so he drove her unconscious since he couldn't fully control her body yet. So the entire party's trying to figure out what's wrong with her, trying to heal her, doing all of this stuff, right? Well, I'm also on, because I had my tablet up for taking private messages from the group that didn't want to say something to the whole group. So she's unconscious and me and her are private messaging. And the reason this relates to drunk, kinky threesome stuff is because while the whole group's trying to save her, including her husband, I'm sex role-playing with her about getting gangbanged in her brain by this evil god and stuff, and that's how he's convincing her to join him, by showing her unrelenting lust and pleasure. Like, that's the kind of woman this chick is like, that's her thing. Like, I have many memories of failing classes in college because I'm on Skype just fucking sexting this lady. Like, she was insatiable. 100% wanted multiple dicks at once, like, fantasized about it. Sometimes when we were together, she'd use her dildo on herself just to get that experience. It like, wanted it. So when she told me, all that to say, when she told me she's having second thoughts, I was like, okay, this is serious that you're not comfortable with this. Like, this isn't just a flight in your stomach. Like, what's going on? What don't I know? And apparently, and this is all on her, she was worried that he would be upset, not because she was worried about her, about like him seeing me with her, like another guy fucking his wife. Apparently that's how they met, was at an orgy, and he walked in on her fucking another guy and was like, I want to marry that woman. So, like, no lie, that's how they met.
I'm gonna marry that woman.
So like, that wasn't an issue. It was apparently literally that she was worried that he would come before I did, and that would upset him. that he didn't have the stamina to keep up with me. And I'm like, well, he knows I'm on, like, antidepressants, so it's not entirely, like, my stamina. It's, like, medical shit. And he's like, I know, I just don't want to do it. So, like, that didn't happen. But another story of that story is, like, threesome didn't happen because she was worried about her husband being upset because
at least she cared.
Fucking antidepressants make me the unfortunate fucking Greek god of not getting off, which is seriously a double-edged sword.
We'll post your number up, Danny.
But I'm
ladies coming for you.
So yeah, like that was crazy. We had those conversations, fucking her friends hitting on me and everything. I come to find out, so I had to sleep over there because I was obviously drunk. Come to find out that while me and another guy were sleeping on the couch and everything, her husband passed out super early because he was fucking smashed. She and the friend that was hitting on me the whole night hooked up. So fucking two ladies were just going at it in the house, and I just slept through. And I'm like, damn it, should have invited me. But I remember waking up at one point and just being like, the fuck is happening in my stomach? And then a fire hose of fucking vomit, just as I walked down the hallway, just shooting out Exorcist style from my fucking face, all over the hallway into the bathroom and everything. I'm like, oh, this is fucking awful. She woke up, like helping and everything. She's like, I'm not cleaning this, you're cleaning it up tomorrow. I'm like, cool, we'll clean it up tomorrow. And then I completely forgot that promise happened. Because I woke up the next morning at 6 a.m. shaking, because I couldn't stop shaking because, you know, I totally didn't have alcohol poisoning, and drove my ass home.
Oh my.
Oh, that was a fun first night of drinking. They invited me to, like, several months. They had every month they had another LAN party with the same group. They still invited me to, like 6 months of LAN parties before I stopped hanging out with them. Oh, man.
Now, what was the reason you stopped hanging out with them?
Wild story
Honestly,
man.
that was a mix of him being a dick and the husband being a dick and what I normally say is my anxiety, and
Yep.
I'm coming to learn it might be ADHD. So what I normally call my anxiety is, and this happens literally to everyone, include, not in a bad way, but including you, is that if I go for too long without somebody actively contacting me directly, without me contacting them first, like reaching out to me, my head tricks me into thinking that it's because they don't actually like me.
Oh.
And and not just like, oh, like they've never liked me, I'm just like literally to like, oh, they hate me, they're hanging out without me, they're
Yeah.
like just fucked up shit. And I come to find out that that's actually something of ADHD, where it's like, oh, like the absence of it's like a weird object permanence thing.
That
like
makes
the
sense.
absence
That
of
happens
them
with
coming
Kayla
at
all
you.
the time.
Yeah, it's one of the weird things like you wouldn't think when you think of ADHD.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see it, but I read a whole paper on weird things that happen with ADHD, and I'm like, wow, I might have ADHD. So that might be what that is. But before I started like really being introspective and trying to find weird things about myself and how to fix them, like
Yep.
that's something that happened. So I started when I first
Yo,
met
this
that
guy
D&D
is...
group, right? When I first met that D&D group, I was still in college.
Yep.
And we were playing. I was going to class and everything. Well, then I got my first job, and didn't have as much time to hang out with them. So my brain turned that into they don't like you. So and like I was fucking, like I said, only like 24, 25. So like, but yeah, if my brain tells me it's right, it's right. So I and basically drifted away from them. And then
We go from
also
drinking
just,
stories, threesomes, to depression or mental illnesses.
we're real life stories.
Yeah, we're hitting all the important topics.
But then the husband was also a dick because
Safe space.
like I mentioned before, he wasn't happy the fact that he wasn't getting like any interest versus her, who was
yeah.
getting a lot of interest.
Yeah, well, because
And it
again, she's a woman, but
I mean,
and as you said,
100%,
he's
like,
a dick.
It is stacked. It was 100% stacked against his favor. 100%, not saying that. But he, like I said, he's also a dick. He's a selfish dick.
Yeah, it sounds like he was
I
making
feel
that
the
a
dough.
competition.
The brain can be
Yeah,
the worst
he's
enemy.
the type of person who
Scott says,
literally-
"Man, I feel that though. The brain can be the worst enemy. That it can."
Right? It really can. Like it's something that like you don't realize how your brain just can warp things in weird ways.
I wish I could. I wish I could. Whoa! I wish I could relate with you guys, but I've never really had many illnesses like that or mental illnesses. But I at least understand and know the shit is legit, and like that's why I would never try and lie and say, "Oh yeah, no, I've had that happen," because it is really that bad.
Yeah. But so no, he's a big dick, like gigantic, fucking awful person, like legitimately. He's the type of person like to show you like the petty stuff he would do. Or I consider this petty. Like I can also see this as a form of abuse. Like crossing a line. But stuff like, he bought a car, paid it off. He made bank too. He would buy a car, pay it off, then sell it immediately and buy a sports car.
Damn it.
And then buy, when Apple Watches were just coming out, so super jacked in price, buy an Apple Watch, buy all of this stuff for himself, just on a whim, like not even save up for it, like he made it up just buy it on a whim. It wasn't hurting. But she wanted a brand new game. She didn't work, because he worked.
I remember this. Yeah.
And he wouldn't buy her a game.
Yeah,
because it was too expensive.
Fucked up.
And it's like, literally, I remember us just sitting there, and all of a sudden, we were just chilling, watching some weird YouTube show, like at their place one day, and then knock on the door, and like someone just hands him a package and walks away, like a delivery guy, and we're like, what the fuck did you get? And he was like, oh, nothing. And then he just opens it in another room and comes back out like, what'd you get? He's like, oh, nothing. And then we notice he's wearing the fucking Apple Watch, and we're like,
oh my god,
I just felt like getting it. And it's like, are you serious, bro? Like, he was
a
very like, I
selfish.
have and I hold over people's head. Like, he's a fucking dick. But no, he 100% turned it into competition, going back to the thing. So he wanted to completely end it. No one can have this anymore. Keep in mind, the reason they started having this open relationship was because on her end, she had a higher libido than him, so he wasn't able to keep up with her. So she was like, hey, like I'm getting to the point where it's like I'm starting to fantasize about other people, and me and her started. We never touched each other like physically. But me and her
Yep.
actually started like talking sex shit and talking about how like awesome it would be to hook up and all that, and like graphically say that stuff before they were open. Like, so she was already in the setup mindset, but she's like, I don't want to touch anything until he says okay.
Yeah.
So she talked to him, being like, hey, like, I need this. And that's why they opened up. So, like, they closed back up again because he wasn't comfortable. And she's like, but, like, you're not meeting my needs and you're
Yeah.
not willing to try to meet my needs. Also
And it was kind of, wasn't that like the
toys.
agreed upon of the relationship? Like, you know,
Yeah.
how we were talking about the OnlyFans. If you
Yeah.
meet someone, they have an OnlyFans account, and you understand that, and you're okay with it, and then you start dating them, and all of a sudden now you're not a fan of it because,
It's
yeah,
just
that's not okay.
crazy. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
But she, so like, so when that happened, when they closed, like, she respected, like, me, and she told me, like, yeah, we're done. I'm like, cool, I'm cool with that. Like, I asked both of them, like, is it okay? Like, I don't want it to be awkward. Is it okay if we still hang out and everything? They're like, yeah, sure. But then, like, so one thing me and her would do is because, like, before I got a job, we were both in school.
Yep.
So, like, we would like just have lunch together and hang out. And
he got salty about that too.
Yeah, he started getting weirded about that, being like, and like I do, like to a point, I do understand, like, yeah, this guy like clearly has the hots for my wife and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm like I told you, like, I'm not going to do anything. Like, you know, if she starts acting weird, you know who to look at. Like, even if it's not with me, I know you're gonna come after me. So why the fuck would I do it? This guy was also literally taking steroids and going to the gym every day. What the fuck am I gonna do to try to piss this?
Yeah.
Like, he had more money than anyone I've ever personally met. Like, if he'll be able to pay a cop to fucking decide whatever he does. Like,
pay a
I'm not
hitman to
gonna
get
away
you.
with this. So, but he started getting salty about all that. So then, I think that also was one of the reasons why it fed into my anxiety of like, oh, they hate me. Like that.
I mean,
That doesn't
that's
explain everyone
understandable.
else
Yeah.
in the group. That doesn't explain everyone else in the group, but like that's definitely
Already having the
yeah.
the mental anxiety, and then having something like this happen. And that's why it's like with Kayla, because Kayla has oh shit, Kayla has similar
Yeah, I'm
issues,
down.
like where she feels like people don't like her just from not talking. But yeah, no, Scott, I completely understand. Even though I mean, everyone is affected by their brain. Our brains fucking suck. I can't lie that I've been affected by it, you know, on many occasions. It's just I don't want to sit here and pretend that I am affected as much as someone else, you know, or either like Danny here. I know he deals with a hell of a lot worse and much more than I have ever will. So, but I completely understand like what you guys go through, you know, like, cause that shit sucks. Like, it might be because I have a a complex issue. I just naturally think I'm great, so I have the opposite effect.
I have an interesting thing where, so I'm 90% sure I'm bipolar. I'm not technically diagnosed. I'm not even technically about it. I'm not diagnosed yet. But like everything with bipolar like fits for me to include that like I go through periods of literal like manic periods.
Yeah.
Versus just depressive, which like a depressive person would. And that's kind of like compounded where right now I'm only on antidepressants because you can't get lithium without bipolar diagnosis.
Yep.
So I'm taking antidepressants, so the depressive episodes are more or less gone because I'm on the perfect dosage for myself.
Yep.
But like Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Because that's the day we streamed, right? Tuesday?
I think so, yeah.
I went through Tuesday and Wednesday morning. I went through a massive manic period, and it's literally I can't do no wrong. Like I'm amazing, everything's fucking amazing. I'm God. Like I can't do anything wrong. And
do those feel good? Do you like? Does that make you happy?
In the moment.
Yeah.
In the moment.
You don't like, simply question, or it doesn't feel wrong to feel that way. Oh my God!
So
of course,
because everyone's different. But at least for me, my depressive spirals go that I second guess literally everything. Like, literally everything you could possibly second guess, I end up
No. Oh, thank God. Woo!
God, they were on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I second guess everything in my depressive spirals, and like I withdraw more because I'm like, oh, that no one wants me to talk to them. Like it's very introverted.
Yep.
My manic spirals, especially now that I'm not having any of the natural depression and anxiety that tempers me day to day. My manic spirals are pure impulse. Like, literally, if I want to do something, or I think something's a good idea for me, or make me happy, it's done. Like,
Okay.
it's to, like, simple things, like, wake up in the morning, oh, they won't give a fuck if I'm late, I'm gonna just turn my alarm off and go in late. Or, oh, it doesn't matter if I drink, like, that night we were streaming, like,
yep.
I opened and drank a whole bottle of vodka that night, on a Tuesday. Because I
Good
was like,
for
oh, it
you.
doesn't matter, like, if I'm fucking working the next day, fuck it. And it's like, clearly that wasn't the best choice, so I did not sleep good that night, I was up to 12:30, like,
Get up, damn it.
but it's just, that's what the manic spirals are.
Oh, shit.
So, like, I definitely have times where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm amazing, I'm fucking great, but it's
Well, that's good. I'm
I
glad
hate
you at
those
least
times.
have, like, you at least get to enjoy them a little bit, you know? Scott, what's, I think, damn it, Scott, what's the kind of things that, you have to deal with?
If you don't mind telling them.
Yeah,
like,
obviously
if
whatever
it's
you're
not
comfortable with, but, you know, we're all trying to, it seems to happen all the time. I think I'm done. Yep.
Yeah,
Fuck!
yeah, that fucking ate you. Give them a few seconds. No,
Because that's one
my
thing, though,
manic
that,
spirals are crazy, man.
like, especially nowadays, it's become normalized to have mental illnesses. Not normalized as in like, oh, hey, it's okay to you just deal with it. Don't be a big baby about it. But I mean, like, it's understandable, you know. So like, I've been friends. So Danny and I have been friends for fucking ever, and like, you know, so when I have no issue him telling me, you know,
My
or talking
main
to me.
issues are depression and impulsiveness.
He responded.
Yeah,
my issues are
depression and
impulsiveness.
So what's something?
You might be bipolar too.
Maybe. I know, like, I think, like, in college, in the first year of college, I would say I definitely had some sort of depression, but that was, like, being away from home, or a normal home.
Yeah.
I had no friends, like, I had just started off that, so, like, I remember, all I remember is it being, like, just really unhappy, and that was when I met Mike, and it completely changed for me. So, you know, I had a friend that I was hanging out with, like, almost every weekend, and I was able to interact, and, like, I remember one dark day, like, this shit just kept getting piled on and piled on. I'm not entirely sure exactly what happened, but I had met this friend, like, so, her and I had a class together. I literally had no interest in her whatsoever. But I was sitting in the cafeteria, and we had became Facebook friends, and we had class together. We became friendly with each other. So I was sitting in the cafeteria, just waiting for class to start. And I had messaged her, or she had posted something on Facebook, and I said, "Hey, I'm in the cafeteria. You should totally come down and hang out with me." And like, of course, her boyfriend and her boyfriend's friends all thought I was trying to scoop her up, and like. And the worst part was,
toxic,
yeah,
man.
the worst part,
Can't be friends with a woman.
yeah, right? I didn't mind that they thought I was trying to scoop her up. I can understand that. Worst part was she was playing along with it. And, like, that was when I was so fucking pissed, because these people that not only were, you know, talking shit about me, but they were also talking, because they knew where I was. They were like, oh, looks like we're going to have to find this kid at BCC. Like, they were not making straight plans to come beat my ass, but they were like, oh, we're gonna make a trip down to BCC. We're gonna fucking find this kid. We're gonna beat the shit out of him, you know. Just like, and like, she was just going along with it. Like, I thought her and I were friends. Like, we were just we had class together. We like had projects together that we would do, and talk and stuff. I knew she had a boyfriend. And like I said, I wasn't trying to hit on her or anything. I was just honestly trying to make a friend, because like it was just such a depressing time, you know, being at school and having nobody to interact with. I do hate Seesaw. This is depression right here. This is mental illness, if I've seen anything.
This is my demon.
Yeah. So, but like I said, even though I don't tend to deal with that kind of stuff on a daily basis, I can definitely understand what people go through, just having to deal with it, you know, once in a while. Like, I think at most, you guys are standing in the middle. The most thing I have to deal with that I hate is my dyslexia, but I've learned to kind of deal with that. Because my dyslexia, sometimes, like, it's simple words, like, I'll have trouble saying, or big words I'll have trouble saying, or, like, in my head I think, oh, this is how I'm gonna say it, and then all of a sudden, I get like, stressed easily when I'm saying it, and, like, I keep stuttering a little. Come on!
Guys, we have to balance it out more. Like, you can't just stand on the side that's going down.
Scott, what's something that, like your impulsiveness, what has, fucked you over by when you were, by being impulsive?
What are some of your worst times in your life that you hate yourself for?
I'm trying to interact with Scott. We're talking about depression. It's a safe space. I want him to feel welcome here. You can talk about his problems.
I'll put it in a slightly better way in case he doesn't want to fucking destroy himself. What is an issue, if there's any, that you'd like to just get off your chest in general? It doesn't have to be a bad time, but maybe even a time you've overcome it.
That works too.
Fucking tell me about how you destroyed yourself so I can blackmail you from America.
Obviously, something I'm not gonna force anyone to say anything that they're uncomfortable with. Danny, you've set the bar pretty high for that.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why YouTube has blacklisted this stream, because these people are talking about inappropriate stuff. Threesomes, getting drunk, being a Marine.
Oh, please, I've seen so many worse streams on fucking trending on YouTube.
Right. Logan Paul streams though, and
I was
just
gonna
that.
say, like, if Logan Paul is fucking getting trending.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta
Did
set
you make
some
it?
balls. Yeah.
All right, good, because I hate
blue.
this one.
Why is there a hammer?
Yeah, brand new.
Why did they just add hammers everywhere?
Right?
Why did our blue guy literally just hit a ball into red? Like, straight up. Why did I just hit a ball into red? Like, straight up.
Well, sometimes favor doing things that are gratifying in the moment but hurt or damage me in some way in the long run.
He says, sometimes favor doing things that is gratifying in the moment but hurt or damage me in some way in the long run. What's an example of that? Because, like, you don't have to tell me a specific time. I'm just trying to understand more.
Yeah. Like, that's fucking shit that gets me when I'm on a manic spiral.
Yeah. Like, is it something like you think it's gonna help? Oh my god, we're gonna...
At least for me, I can't speak for him, but from my experience on that, just how it happens for me, is like, it's normally, like, semi-well thought out and an idea that I've had for a while. It doesn't just, like, happen in the moment.
Yeah.
But then the mania hits, and in the moment, I decide I'm gonna do it. Regardless of the things I've already said that might go wrong in it, I'm just like, I'm just gonna live in the moment.
We're gonna lose here. Fuck.
Yeah, we are.
We have nothing.
It's for me. It's that's what we were about to get.
Yeah, we were about to get two, the yellow and a red one.
Yeah, but no, like that's for me. What happens is a great example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is breaking up with Lexi and driving to Pittsburgh to spend the weekend with Michelle.
Yep.
Still like all said and done, like isn't like it is up there on one of my better moments in life, and I did enjoy that weekend a lot. But the fallout and everything that the months that led up to it, and obviously I'm still with Lexi after we got back together and everything, so like the damage that it did to that relationship and everything, well, I think did a net good overall, like obviously wasn't good. And it's nothing, and I threw out that it was going to do that just for like, oh, this woman's really kinky and I'm just going to do this. And
oh wait, why are we still in this? I literally just tried playing.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not controlling this guy. What the hell?
So yeah,
that's an example of like the impulsiveness.
Yeah, because it's something that I'd been talking or thinking over for a while.
Yeah, and then, you just decided I'm done thinking about it.
I'm gonna break up with her and drive all the way up to Pittsburgh, drive 8 hours to spend a weekend in a hotel with this chick.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in a relationship. I had been in a relationship until I broke up, and it's just then a lot of bullshit happened afterwards.
Because of it, yeah. That sucks.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, but you get good stories.
yeah, like I could tell a lot of stories about that, but those aren't YouTube appropriate. Will sometimes from Scott. Will sometimes favor doing things. Oh, that's the thing that you said.
Yeah.
Responded. But no, like that's something like I said, I enjoyed that weekend. It was a really good weekend. I enjoyed it. It helped me a lot. It was fucking super fun. Literally the best sex I've ever had in my life. It's just the end result. Like, well, I think net good is what got Lexi to finally take counseling seriously and us take counseling afterwards.
I don't know how personal I want to get with
like,
this. A recent example would be sleeping with my childhood friend thinking I could deal with
because it really finally opened her eyes that she needs to fucking actually work on her issues. And actually,
Scott responded.
Oh, yeah, go on.
He said,
start babbling.
I don't know how personal I want to get with this, and that's fine.
Long-term bad, great in short-term though.
He said, a recent example would be sleeping with my childhood friend thinking I could deal with it. Long-term equal bad, great in short-term though. I've been in a similar situation like that myself, and
It's always hard.
Yeah, it is. Like you go through your head thinking, oh, it's gonna work out. We've been friends like forever. It'll work out. Like we can we know each other, yada yada. But no, yeah, it actually I think makes it a lot harder. And like you said, long term bad. So because
it's one of those things where, and this is something that I'm not sure is like I think this is a societal thing on a lot of people, at least in my opinion, is that we put so much on like sex.
Yeah,
being more
media, yeah, whatever it is, video games,
sex can't
movies.
Just be a thing, like like we don't see sex as like a thing you do, like playing soccer together.
Yeah.
When it in my personal opinion, it can be like you can literally just have sex with somebody and that's it. Like, oh, you fucked them. But I think a lot of people put too much on it in some ways, and that combos with that a lot of people think that they won't put too much on it. Yeah. And they so they think, oh, I can just have sex with this guy or girl and it won't affect me, and then it does.
Yep.
So I think the two combined make that a very complicated thing. Like, if you find someone who legitimately, like, and it took me a while to get to this point, but legitimately, if I knew someone that I trusted, like, 100%, like, let's just have sex, and that be it, we're friends, but, like, just having sex as well.
Yep.
Like, it will, like, I know, for me, I'll be fine with that, because I can see sex that way, and if I know for her, that'd be great. My problem is, like, if I found someone like that, I would always be wondering, because knowing what another person's thinking is impossible, I would always be wondering, is she thinking this is more?
Yeah. That's a tough thing when it comes to actually, like, that, because there's definitely a sort of connection when you do that. So, so it's like you could think like, oh, this is like, that's why before you actually do get into anything, it should be sort of like a contract talk. Like, this is what I view it as. Do you view it the same way? Let's sign on the dotted line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, going back to the woman I was going with, I forget what name I gave her, so I'm going to call her Rachel.
Yep.
Rachel, she was kind of the same, because, like, and I went into it thinking, like it was for the most part, just friends with me. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was the same for her. It didn't change for me until me and her had a conversation where I was like, oh, this is interesting. And I'm glad we had the conversation because it opened my mind a little bit more to how I look at relationships in general.
Yep.
But the conversation was, and it took me literally like years to realize that this wasn't a story she was telling. Like, it was a story, but that wasn't the purpose of her telling me the story. And see if you can catch the purpose of it. Keep in mind, we are sleeping together at this point. She's in an open relationship at this point.
Yep.
But this is before the things start going bad. We had just spent an afternoon fuck-a-thon. And we were just chilling there, eating ice cream, watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And she just randomly asked me, is like, do you think a relationship will work with multiple partners? And I was like, I mean, I'd hope so, because, like, you're in an open relationship. I hope I'm not ruining your relationship or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I meant, like, do you think, like, like right now we're just fucking and all this thing. Do you think like if like someone had a husband and a boyfriend that they were only seeing, like they weren't sleeping around, they just had their husband and their boyfriend, but like they were going on dates with the boyfriend and like it was a relationship, like that could work? And I was like, I don't know, like where the fuck is this coming from? Like, oh, like one of my bosses before, like it was just something I've been thinking about as I've been doing this. One of my bosses before was telling me how they were in an open relationship, but for them, like they each had one significant other that they were also being with, and it was only that. So they go on double dates together and all of that, but it was just it was just one part. I'm fucking dead. Beautiful slime. And at the time, because I didn't want to fuck things up, I was like, oh hell no. Like I would definitely think that that's wrong or whatever. So I think she's testing me at the time, right?
Yep.
Thinking like she's testing me, like, oh, like I'm not going to catch feelings in anything. And I was like, no, like I definitely don't. I think that'd be weird and all of this. And it took me like over a year to figure out, like, no, she was asking before she brought it up to her husband if I would be okay being her boyfriend in that fucking situation. But no, we had that question that made me thinking, like personally now, like after this was fucking years ago now, almost 5 years ago. I personally don't, as long as everyone, the way I've come to it now is like, as long as everyone involved in a relationship, doesn't matter how many the number, as long as everyone is involved, is okay with it and knows about everything, like knows and is okay with all of the terms.
Yep.
And then is involved in any change of terms that happens. Like then it's cool. The problem obviously becomes like if you have 6 people in a relationship, making 6 people okay with all of the rules is very difficult. But I think at like 3-4 people, you can probably make that work. It just makes sure you just have to make sure you find 3-4 people that are okay with literally everything that goes on.
Yeah.
I don't even know why the fuck I brought that up.
No, I think because we were talking about long-term things, thinking they're
yeah.
good, and then they turn out to be bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and how like you can have sex without catching feelings. That's how she realized, or how, like I know, like obviously she caught some sort of feelings. Like that's a question you don't ask to someone you're just being friends with, right?
Yeah.
A line of question you don't just fucking do. And then she also after that, like because I started thinking about it more, I was like, oh, maybe I do have feelings for her, and started thinking about her, like, oh, what if we were actually together and all that. And I think that's what really started spelling the end, is like when all of that started coming out.
Yeah.
It's just way too complicated.
Relationships
like, thinking about
suck.
it now, I probably wouldn't do
Yet
something
it
like
takes
that
the right
again,
kind of people and the
without
mutual understanding.
knowing for a fact,
I'm
like,
not one who
everyone
could do
involved
open
is okay with it.
relationships.
Because it just gets way too complicated, way too fast.
Fuck, I messed up. I can't read what Scott said. Scott, you said something. We'll check it out after we try not to die. And this
after we die in
this
the fucking bubble.
fucking cat fucked me.
Yeah, now you can read what he said.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm running in circles.
Yeah, that takes the right kind of people and the mutual understanding. I'm not one who can do open relationships. Yeah, neither am I.
And that's
Neither
something
am
that's
I.
absolutely fine.
Oh yeah.
Like that happens. Like you can't force that. Like I've talked to Josh numerous times. Like I'm the type of person that like I would be fine with that. And it's not like I'm special or anything. It's just the way I view love and sex is just different.
Yeah,
like,
each person
I don't view
can.
the two are together.
Oh, this. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Yeah, love is different for everyone, and people find love, or get love differently. So, it's honestly, it's preferences.
Like for me, I truly think love and sex aren't together. Like it goes back.
They
to,
can
like,
be,
the first...
depending on how the person is, but yeah.
So, it goes like back even further for me in my mind. Like I used to define like everyone says like they're synonyms, like making love, sex, fucking. All of those are synonyms, right? To me, they're not. To me, they're literally different things. There's making love, which is literally when you get a couple that is literally like, I love you so much, let's have sex, right?
Yep.
Like you're having sex because of that connection. Then there's sex, which is just passionless regular sex, and then there's fucking, which is like the kinky sort of stuff,
Yeah,
like
I've
the actual
tried to
like you're
separate the
getting
two.
into it sort of stuff.
I
Like there's
failed
three
hard.
different things. When you fuck, you're not making love.
Yeah.
When you have
Scott
sex,
says
you're not making
he's
love or
tried
fucking.
to separate the two, and he's failed.
Yeah, and that's completely fine. I'm just saying, like that's where my relationship thing comes from, is the fact, or for me, what I think is the fact that I consider those three forms of sex different. So it's like let's say me and Lexi had an open relationship,
Yeah.
or more open than it is now.
Yeah, I know, because that wouldn't leave us to really do anything, huh?
Yeah. For me, like if I had another girlfriend or friends with benefits or whatever, like I wouldn't be making love with them, because making love
Yeah,
with
it's
them, I would
just-
do with Lexi,
it's
'cause
completely
Lexi
different,
is the
yeah.
person I'm with.
Mm-hmm.
Like I might fuck them, I might have sex with them, but I wouldn't make love with them, because making love is what me and sex do. It wouldn't have that same connection.
I think we've been getting a
that's me.
few
5 viewers.
5 viewers. Yeah, I know, that's a lot. So we just got a couple more people. So I hope one of them isn't your mom or sister.
I fucking hope they are. Goddamn. Fucking get real view on me.
talking real about real
I'll get
sex
some weird
with.
fucking texts. If either of you are listening, fucking text me and let me know so I can get real graphic.
Or don't, because we don't want that.
But no, like that's it. Like everyone's different, and that's
Yeah.
just where.
No,
my
but
view
that
comes
hits
from.
a-
Like,
that's
no
on
view's
the-
wrong. No view's wrong.
Yeah, no, it's true though. It's like I see that point where it's, you're only making quote unquote love with the person that you're
Yeah.
officially with, where before with anyone else it's just sex.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
And that's because, like, going to the topic of, like, of that, where people view the women who have a lot of sex as, like, whores or sluts.
Oh,
I think that
a whole different thing.
Yeah.
That's something that pisses me off. Like,
yeah,
a guy
exactly.
Can go
A guy can go around and
fuck a
have
bunch of
sex,
guys
and he could be a stud.
Yeah.
But then if a girl
Yeah.
does it, or if a girl just like happens to like sex, she's a whore, and like how like
No.
that pisses me off. Because I'm perfectly
Yeah,
okay.
you make a good distinction.
Something about a good distinction. I didn't get the whole thing.
I'll check what.
Yeah,
after.
we're almost
I know
done.
I'm gonna lose.
Come on.
People are holding me. But no, I fucking hate that. I fucking
Double
hate
standard.
how women, especially
Double
in
standard,
most
you're right,
terms,
yeah.
but just focusing on sex. I hate how it's fucking men are if just like that microcosm it. In college, the most sexual time in most people's lives, men, frat boys go around
Yeah.
fucking everyone. Yeah, you're a fucking bro. Women do that. Oh, you don't want to be with that. It's like, no. Like, me personally, if I were to be like right now, go online and I had like 2 women, a woman who slept with the fucking 30 guys, a woman who's a virgin, I'm
Yep.
gonna pick the woman who slept with 30 guys because she knows how to fucking suck.
She knows what's up. Yeah. Like, there are preferences. You can, so let's say you Joe Schmo is a not a frat guy, doesn't go around having sex with a lot of people.
Yeah.
He wants for the mate he wants to meet is someone who isn't active, like it isn't fully active,
Yeah.
like sleeping with
And
3
that's
guys
his
in one
choice.
night. And exactly, it's okay to have a choice, but if you then look down upon someone who's not who doesn't casually meet and have sex, and she goes around and bangs guys because she likes it. If you were to look down upon that person because they happen to have sex, then you're an asshole. Especially if it's, oh my God, why?
You lost on the easiest game.
I got bumped. Oh my God! In the most
Focusing way
random.
too much on the mom.
I guarantee it. That was a female. she was like, "Fuck your double standards.
But no.
This is Sparta."
No,
but
I'll change. Going back to what we were talking about, I'll change it a little bit to like, it's okay to like, I don't want to say look down upon, but in the sense of like you dislike it. I'm okay
if you
with
dislike
being
it
like, I'm okay
because
with that.
you dislike
Don't
this
put
person
someone
because they're a
else down
female,
because
yeah,
of it.
exactly. If they're a female and you're putting them down because they happen to have
Yeah.
a lot of sex because they're female, then you're a fucking asshole. Because if you if you go and then support when your guy friends do it, and don't say, "Hey man, having sex with a lot of people, I think that's wrong," then
Oh, yeah, that's super fucked up.
So, but it's okay if you have the feel. Again, and more so the don't put people down. You're not better than X, Y, and Z.
No one's better than anyone.
Yeah. So even if you think, it's not okay for a guy to go around and have sex, but that's fine. You can have that viewpoint. You can feel that. But it's a lot different when you start like shoving in their face, going, "You're a scum of the earth, piece of shit slut," whether it be male or female. You're going, "You suck because you have a lot of sex." Let people fucking enjoy their life, you know?
Yeah.
Can I get it? Amen.
Amen. No, it doesn't, like... That's something that pisses me off in general about people, is they're way too, like, what I think is right, and... Which is fine, like, if what you think is right, that's fine, but it's when you take it to what I think
when you
is
try
right,
to shove it down somebody else's throat.
I need to make, I need to make everyone else think the way I do, and it's like, no.
Do you see on the news I was watching, I'm not sure where it was, but the whole, I think it was in the South. It had to have been in the South. The mask debate.
You.
Yeah, the mask debate. So people ended up...
Oh, that's been happening everywhere.
Yeah,
that's not just
they started... I think it was "We're Not Gonna Take It," and so they were like singing that song as they're going through a Target without masks on.
Oh,
and
I saw that video.
And I was like, "You guys sound like big babies. Like, I can't wear my mask while I'm shopping. I don't like it." So I was just like, I was laughing so hard because these people feel so justified in their feelings. I get it. I do. It sucks. I don't want to wear a mask either. But you know what? I don't want to die. I don't want anyone else to have to die. We've already, we've been...
Super politics.
Yeah.
That's the thing that kills me is, like, it's not even people... That comes from disinformation, obviously.
Yeah,
but the disinformation comes from the fact that people keep pointing out, like, look, these studies show that wearing a mask doesn't stop you from getting... It's like, yes, cool. That's not the point of wearing a mask. The point of wearing a mask is, for a period of time before you show symptoms, you're also contagious.
Yep.
So it's you
and droplets,
wearing a mask to make sure that
respiratory
you don't
droplets.
get someone else sick.
Yep.
Because you won't know you're sick. You, like, obviously if you stay home when you're sick, good. But there's a period of time before you know to stay home that you don't know to stay home because you don't have symptoms yet. So you wear a mask to make sure if you are sick, you don't give it to someone else. It's not a thing for you, it's a thing for everyone around you. And people either don't get that or don't
And it's
care.
only Americans. It's only us Americans. Because we just have this...
I've seen it in Australia and other countries too.
Really?
But it's primarily us.
Yeah, because we just have this innate... oh, wow.
Yeah.
This belief of my right, you know, yada yada. I'm not going to be oppressed. Like, and what was great was most of the people that were... I don't know how you fucking stole your tail back, but okay. What was great about when they were going through Target, when they were singing this song, going through Target, we're not going to... All of them were like white people talking about oppression. Like, like you people, you middle class Americans would not know anything. I don't know anything about oppression. Not to sound like a social justice warrior here, but like,
no, it's true.
I'm laughing because they're like going through some random ass Target, trying to singing a song that they have no rights to, because the guy ended up coming out on Twitter going, that's not okay. I don't want them singing my song for their stupidity. But
steal songs for their stupid fucking political statements.
It was just so funny because all I could see was like, have you seen the movie Waterboy? The Waterboy?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know the part where the water boy, I can't remember, Adam Sandler's character, he's like, "Oh fuck, get it back, 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 get it back."
Oh, fuck. That was so close.
So you know the part where Adam Sandler's character tells his coach, just, you know, picture something in your head, like, you know, and so the coach pictures the other coach as a baby. Like, that's what goes through my head when I'm seeing these people charging through Target singing "We're Not Gonna Take It" about masks. Yeah, just like, nah.
Like, it's so dumb. It'd be one thing, like, I get the people who, and I've had this conversation with my boss and coworkers and everything, I get the people who think that if you wanna debate and have opinions on that, I'm a fucking lost. That the quarantine measures were taken
We
and
have these
the
idiot
shutdown
anti-maskers here in
is
Germany too.
economically or socially or
Protesting
whatever
up in
worse
Berlin.
than the deaths are. I could call
Scott
you an
says,
asshole, but I can't.
we have these idiot anti-maskers here in Germany too, protesting up in Berlin. Oh, see, like, honest to God, I had...
It's worldwide.
Honest to God, I had no idea, because I've read a lot of articles where people from other countries saying that it's really only Americans. So I just assumed, because like
we're the worst.
Yeah, I definitely I can see that. It makes me embarrassed.
I understand having the debate of like, if you want to have the economical debate, if you want to put it on like numbers, whatever, numerically, the deaths of people, if you chuck everyone's lives up to a certain number of how much they could potentially make based on all that like complicated math, and that is more acceptable, a lower cost to the economy than shutting down business and all whatever fucking math. There's been some studies or some reports written that seem to indicate that like quarantine will lose essentially more money than deaths will, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a debate you can have whether or not it's worth. If I would call you an asshole, but I will not say that you can't have that opinion because that is a debate to have.
Yeah.
What you can't have a debate on is whether or not masks make it better, because studies show that masking and quarantine things reduce spread. Like, so shut the fuck up and wear your goddamn mask.
Yeah. Have you? Yeah, go ahead. No, finish what you were saying.
I was just saying, like, you're just not a goddamn freedom fighter for this.
Yeah, right. I know. You're not being oppressed because the government asks you to wear a mask. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait until we start having like fucking wearing a mask disrespects the troops like they try to do for everything. Kneeling disrespects the troops. It's like, motherfucker, as a troop, quote unquote. Shut the fuck up.
That's a whole other topic. The kneeling and yeah. But have you seen? I watch a lot of on YouTube Karens being Karen videos.
Yeah.
So there was one where this woman needed to get surgery done. I think she was in France. She was like visiting in France and had set up for surgery to get done in France. And she said that when she set up the surgery, she was told that the surgeon was going to be wearing a mask. Obviously, because it's surgery.
Yeah.
She got all pissed off that the surgeon was going to wear a mask, saying how is he going to breathe? And that she wasn't going to have someone who was oxygen deficient not gonna work on her while she's under. Like, my god.
So, going on a super... I don't want to say political, because it's one of those things that's a fact that's been made political, but it shouldn't be political.
Yeah.
There's a media group called Sinclair. And it started in Australia, of all things, to really drive it home, like the point I'm gonna make. It started in Australia, and he literally got banned from Australia because of this shit. And it's the group that owns Fox Media and owns the local Fox channels, and they're super right wing and literally just spread the most bullshit information. And it's all of this misinformation and bullshit that you see in the actual news, like all like Facebook Karen bullshit, but that's actually coming from quote unquote official sources, is 99% of the time spread to the Sinclair media group. And this guy is literally just fucking I'm not making this. Just taking payoffs to spread this bullshit. And it's like at what point do you say I can't kill this many people for money? Like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Oh man, people make me so angry.
No, people make me.
Like I saw, so there's been this thing going around ever since the CDC said don't wear a mask for the smoke. Like they said masks aren't going to protect you from fire smoke. They said because the size of the particles from the smoke are this size and the mask only protects this size. So someone thought of, oh, hey, well, if the smoke is this size and the mask can only protect this size and the size of the COVID particles are smaller, then that means masks don't work. But, like, you're not...
That's not how...
Yeah, exactly. COVID isn't just simply... floating in the air.
Yeah, not suddenly have COVID lungs.
Yeah, COVID isn't just sit in the air floating. It's things that are carrying COVID, aka respiratory droplets. So the size of a respiratory droplet is a lot bigger And that's what masks protect you from. Not all the time. It can still kind of... Fuck, I have no idea where...
Like,
Please don't...
misinformation and...
Damn it! They
Damn
tricked me!
Misinformation and disinformation just annoys the fuck out of me.
Do you get knocked out too?
Yeah, oh yeah, I was out last round.
Oh, okay, that's right. I hate this game so much.
Yeah, that's right. You suck. Suck it.
I know.
I know who you think. I know who you think. No, it just fucking pisses me off. Like, I do get it. To one point, I do get it. Is that we have so much going on in the world. If you want to be truly cognizant of everything going on in the world,
I'm okay for questioning everything.
Well, not even questioning. I'm
but
talking about, like, if you want to be cognizant and everything, it takes so much time and effort. So I understand people who don't research things. But it's like, if you don't research it, my personal opinion, and as shitty as this might sound, as someone who's supposed to be championing fucking freedom and personal choice, is like, if you don't want to invest the energy into
to look into
3-4 articles per topic to make sure you have an understanding of what the fuck's going on, you don't speak on it.
Yeah.
Like, just say, I don't want to look into this, therefore I have no opinion. Like, don't say, well, I haven't looked into this, but, like, the number of people I've seen who said, I haven't looked into this, but I still have this opinion. It's like,
who said that masks don't work because of X, Y, and Z. Like, but along the lines, that's something that I see all the time on Facebook, where people will share something without actually and it doesn't even have to do with COVID, but people will just share something on Facebook, an article or whatever, that says some crazy ass thing, and a simple Google search, I do it all the time, simple Google search just says, that wasn't true, don't believe that.
Yeah.
And like, Mike was one of those people, one of my best friends, who posted that thing going, is this true, like the mask thing? He's like, show me some facts. And so I said, a simple Google search said, that's not true.
Like, you know the story, because you were kind of involved, so I'm not going to, like, specify who it was, because you'll get it, so you'll be able to follow the conversation.
Yep.
But, for you at home, just somebody on Facebook, that I had, on my timeline, posted a simple, and this is, like, shows you how, like, kind of backs up what we were just talking about, how we, if you don't spend the time to understand what you're reading, don't try to comment on it.
Yeah.
And you might already know where I'm going with this. But, it was an image, and I've seen it around a lot, is an image of saying,
I was just gonna say that Facebook echo chambers drive me nuts.
Facts that
people
said,
post
like,
misinfo
only 6
without
or
research, and their
7%
echo
of all
chamber
COVID
confirms the
deaths
bulls.
were just listed as COVID. And then the rest of them, for US, CDC's US parents, the rest of them were listed with comorbidities. So why were they counted as COVID deaths? And it's fact, like, well, 100%, like, if you look up the CDC page, like, probably today, the number probably even dropped. It's probably like 5 or 6%. That, like, 100%, like, that there's nothing that image said was wrong.
Yep.
Like, I'm not saying the facts are wrong. It is true. Like, only a few death certificates have listed just COVID-19 as the only thing that's leading to death, or the only thing that's listed on it. If Lexi's watching, she's fucking gonna grill me if I don't get it right. The only thing that's listed on this certificate, and then everyone else has something in the comorbidities or the I think it's like existing at time of death or whatever. Like Tennessee has a weird line, but it essentially means comorbidity.
Yep.
And they listed that thing. And my girlfriend is in the funeral home business, so it was like that sounds wrong to me. From everything I've known from talking to her, that sounds wrong to me.
Yep.
So I looked up what comorbidity means. And within 2 seconds of seeing that article and looking up on my phone, which I saw the article on, because I'm a fucking millennial that always has my smartphone on me. I learned that comorbidity means that a condition that exists long term. It doesn't even mean you died from it. It just means, like, it could have caused your death, but it didn't. For instance, if you die from like cancer. A great example.
Yeah.
Let's say, or not even cancer. Let's say you died from just regular disease or whatever, but you're HIV or AIDS positive. A comorbidity is that you have AIDS or HIV. AIDS or HIV didn't kill you. The disease that it gave you killed you, but AIDS was there. But it still counts as an AIDS death because what AIDS does is make you more susceptible to disease and everything. I didn't make it. And he, so I responded to the post, being like, hey, like, here's what comorbidity is. Like, it doesn't mean, like, it helped kill you.
Now, let me guess, they responded.
It could have helped. It could have helped kill you,
Yep.
but it didn't kill you, right? It could have attributed to it. No one's saying that it didn't. Everyone's saying, like, as far as we can tell, it didn't, right?
Yep.
And then I followed up with that, and then I ended it with like, I was fucking sick of people talking about this, of like, hey, like, I'm sick of people spreading disinformation. It took me 2 seconds to look this up.
Yeah, exactly.
You could have looked this up before sending this.
But didn't want to look it up before sharing it.
And I was like, hey, what if someone you really cared about, and I put a name here, like, maybe I shouldn't have, but I put a name here.
Yep.
I was like, what if someone you really cared about, you probably don't care about a random stranger dying. What if someone you really cared about saw your meme and was like, oh, COVID-19's not that bad. 9% isn't a bad chance. And then started going out doing unmasked shit and died. Like,
because of the post.
What'll take you serious? Yeah, because of your post.
Scott brought up a good point about 3
sorry.
minutes. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Throw our viewers under the bus.
He was saying that the Facebook echo chambers drive him nuts. People post misinformation.
That's
without,
another whole thing we can get into. Holy shit, that's another whole topic. But no, like I was like, hey, this isn't a good thing, because it's not. Like, I think America, and I can't speak to any other country, like, because I won't say I haven't lived in anywhere because I've lived in Japan, but I didn't live in Japan long enough to even be able to comment on that. So I just want to say America, an American culture. We have a very big culture of individual exceptionalism, which is every person. The most comical way to say it is every person is a billionaire that doesn't have a fortune yet, and everyone's taught that. Everyone's taught America's great and Americans are great and our streets are paved with gold and all this bullshit, and it leads to a populace that thinks that, like, if they have an opinion, they are right.
Yeah, right.
And that's not real. Like, that nobody's opinion is right, because then it would be a fact. Like, I have a lot of opinions. I have, like, everything, most things I've talked about have been opinions. Like, the fact that, like, sexes are different type of things, and all of this, like, all of those are opinions. I'm not saying I'm right on any of them. I'm just saying, like, those are my opinions.
Misinformation is intent.
And Nicole, Nicole's on the stream.
It's true, it's misinformation if they know
Hi,
it's
Nicole.
not it's.
So she said some, if you're...
Remember, the difference between mis and disinformation is intent. If they believe it's true, it's misinformation. If they know it's not, it's disinformation. That is a very good point.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was mostly talking about, let me make sure I think this right. If they believe it's true, it's mis. If they know it's not. I was mostly talking about misinformation during this. Thank you for bringing that up. That is a very big point. I was mostly talking about misinformation because I don't believe the person who shared that knew it wasn't true. I truly believe what they shared was right. And they were just sharing it from truth. My only point wasn't that, like, if you believe something, my point wasn't that, like, oh, don't share anything because if it's wrong, I'm gonna fucking beat you up or whatever.
Yeah,
like, no.
but
if you
can
believe it's true, like,
simply look it up.
Yeah,
yeah, but you can simply look it up.
That's my point. That's exactly my point. Is, like, if you believe something's true, and like if it's truly belief, fucking go for it. If it's not, if you don't, but like you said, look it up. Like, make sure what you're posting isn't a 2-second Google search away from being proven wrong.
Right.
Like, if you post, like, oh, fucking Big Pharma doesn't want you know Triceratops are currently roaming the Serengeti in fucking Africa or whatever. I don't even know if that's where it is. But, like, let's say you posted that exact meme. So Triceratops are currently roaming the Serengeti and Big Pharma doesn't want you to know. Like, I don't care if you believe that's true. you can look it up in 2 seconds to find out that's not true. Like, there's no excuse for that. When you have a device in your pocket at all times, as most Americans do because we're consumers and we all have smartphones nowadays, if you have a device in your pocket that is more powerful than the entirety of NASA during the moon landing project, you have no fucking excuse to share something that easy to disprove. If you want to share JFK got killed by the US memes, I will not harm you on that. That is something that doesn't take you 2 seconds to disprove. That is something that is opinion, and that is like a debated thing.
Scott said, good distinction. I truly believe people I see posting these things think it is true and make no effort to fact check it. I think it is more also they want to believe it. They want their feelings to be justified. Yeah,
everyone wants to believe.
But
it,
example,
right?
if you see on Facebook something that says masks are useless, don't help anything, then the person wants to believe that or feels like masks are useless, they're going to like, oh, see, I knew I was right, and then just quickly share it without having to research anything.
Well, I mean, not everyone, but I won't harm anyone.
Information
who
bias.
Wants to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, information bias is a real thing. But I won't harm anyone who wants to be right and everything, because everyone does. Like, I know whenever I talk, I want to be right. I want to be fucking knowing what I'm talking about. But my want to be right leads me to want to look it up. Because
exactly.
I want to...
I also don't want to be
right.
embarrassed when someone says, hey... What you believe is...
It's not even for me embarrassment. It's literally, like, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of my stuff where I'm like, oh, like, I think I'm right or whatever, it comes from a pride standpoint. Literally to include me looking stuff up. A minor example related to my job field. I had a teacher once who... I'm in IT. I had a teacher once who we talked about... I'm not going to go into the super specifics of what any of these acronyms mean, but... We had an argument over why subnetting exists.
Yep.
For lack of a simple reason, subnetting is the way to make it so that IP networks, computer networks, have more and or less IPs in them. And it's a conservation of IP for computers. And I taught a lesson during his class because I knew shit, and he let me teach a lesson because I knew what I was talking about. That IPs were given out for an example for conservation, for literally, hey, we don't have enough IPs, we need to subnet to make more IPs in the world. And he was a gracious guy. One of the biggest pet peeves is people who correct you in the middle of lecture and take away your credibility. He didn't do that. We talked to him about it afterwards. But he was like, no, I think you're wrong. IPs were created to give you more, or subnetting was created to give you more. And I was like, no, that's literally not true. And I'm a big, because I'm a fucking super nerd, I'm big on how computers and networking history. So I'm like, no, that's not true. It was created to cut things down, to conserve IPs. And he was like, oh, let's check this site. Let's check this company, because this company's really, it was Cisco. This company's really big in networking. Like, they'll have the answer. We checked Cisco, and Cisco literally said the exact same thing I was saying. And he wanted to be right. So he was like, no, let's check this another site, CompTIA. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's check CompTIA. And we checked CompTIA, and it said I was right. And we went through like 5 things because he wanted to be right. And the moral of that is saying, like, I wanted to be right the entire conversation. I'm not saying no. Like, the reason I was arguing with him was I wanted to be right. That's not the problem. The problem is when your want to be right is so much more important than being right.
Yeah, like in that scenario, looking
be wrong and someone believe you're right than being right. Like that is my killer thing.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Nicole, this is me and my brother's YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe if you like memes and video games.
Subscribe, ring the bell so you can see every
subscribe,
video that
ring the bell so
you
get notifications every time I go live.
You can hear me drunken ramble about
Yeah.
IPs and
Obviously, I
confirmation
play.
bias.
Emoji wink.
She said I already did. Thank you. Yeah, because I obviously Danny's very active on this channel too, so and he's
That's
my
right.
marketing team.
Try to be. I'm gonna get real big on that. Let me know before the next time you post a video.
Okay.
We won't talk about this on stream. Hit me up on either text or Facebook before next time you post a video. I want to see how big I can make this channel.
Okay. That way, maybe I can retire from dispatching early.
Oh no, like I want to make that clear. I want to make this clear for the 2 people that are watching, so they can fucking back it up if it ever takes to court or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I legit expect no monetary compensation for this. Like I mentioned the other night, like, this is seriously like,
just you enjoy
find marketing passion for me.
Well, it's the same thing.
If I can make you popular, all I'll take is like, hey,
that
this
was
guy
me.
helped make it possible.
Yeah, and maybe you could do that for other channels too. So make money that way.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah,
I would fucking be super
but,
happy if you fucking became amazing and started putting me out to other channels. That'd be great. But I expect if this becomes big, fucking you take your money.
And that's why I started the channel. Wasn't necessarily like Sammy and I just wanted to share our funny clips, and then I was like, you know, I want to edit these clips to be more funny, and it was just more.
Working on a channel to combining politics and video games.
Hold on, I heard something about combining a channel with politics and video games. Hold on, I'll read that after I get to the finish line.
After we've dodged all the balls to the face.
All the balls. I'm working on a channel to combine politics and video games. See, that's a good idea. That's kind of how, like, what we've been talking about political stuff. Like, not politics in general, but, like, you know, masks and the misinformation.
Don't die.
Like,
don't die.
That I think would be amazing is, and like legitimately, not even like to influence your channel or anything, or either of your channels, but something I would love amazing. I'm a big fan of game theory. Like, no way MatPat's ever gonna watch this, but if MatPat ever watches this
love you.
in the future, you're amazing. Fucking, seriously, I know I'll never be on your stream because I swear way too much. Just know that I think you're amazing. And you have shaped me more than you'll ever know. But you,
a little creepy.
You all have role models and everything, and he's a fucking guy who really thinks before he acts, and that's something I aspire to. But one thing that I think more people, and we touched upon it a little bit tonight, I think more people should learn and think about the world at large and how it relates to everyone politically. I don't want to say politically because people have a bad taste of it, but like how it relates to everyone and how it relates to like people living their lives and everything. And something especially our generation and the generations below us, Y and Z, definitely dive towards is video games. So I think like there's a very big market there for not only for making money, but for a greater good of making people watch you because you're talking about video games.
Well, so we seem to, you and I always seem to kind of talk, like when we're playing games, we always seem to try to have like enlightened conversations. Like the other day we were talking about racism and jokes and stuff. Like, and it's not even like we go into it and going, you know what, today we're going to talk about racism. Like I really feel like talking about race. It was like one random thing triggered a spark, and then we just went into this long, deep ass conversation about like racism in comedy and how basically what we talked about was how just something being racist doesn't inherently make it bad automatically, because jokes like if you're saying jokes and the joke happens to be racist, it depends on what the joke is being said and how it's being said. Context matters.
Yeah, like if to give people, anyone who might watch this VOD later, to give people like context on what that is, it is the gist of that part was, if the joke is racist, like 100%, like we use, I think for the example was like black guys don't swim.
Blacks,
like,
saying, the black man don't swim, huh?
Yeah, like if your joke entirely relies on black guys don't swim, therefore it's funny, you're kind of fucked up. Yeah. But if your joke,
or not fucked up, it's not funny. It's it's racist, therefore bad. In that context.
if your joke though is black guys don't swim, and it ends up being like a criticism of racism itself and the way satire is done,
like making a joke like, wow, people actually believe this.
If the point of the joke is the funny part is the fact that like it's funny because you're so ridiculous because you're racist. We were like, that's fucked up. Like that's okay. Like comedy can be used as a way. Racist comedy can be used as a way to point at why racism is bad.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's four balls here. This is new.
Similar. God damn. Like racism can be used. Racist comedy, not racism. Racist comedy can be used in a way that points at how bad racism is.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. Like, it should be done more because comedy can really change people's minds and opinions in a way that like talking to them can't, in a weird way to do it. But it draws a line. Like I said, like if your joke lands flat,
we're losing the yellow.
Just reliant on fuck it. If your comedy lands flat and your comedy relies on the fact that it's a racist joke to be funny, chances are the only people that are going to find it funny are racist.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
Nope.
But if your comedy
for Donald
lands
Trump it is
good, yeah. But if your comedy lands good, and the point of it, and the point of it being funny isn't that it's racist, but is like, oh, it's funny because that's ridiculous. Like, it's funny because it's ridiculous to think a black guy can't swim.
Dave Chappelle is a good example of a comedian who
yes.
knows this, I think.
Scott said,
you correctly.
Scott brought up a good point. Dave Chappelle is a good example of a comedian who nails this.
Dave Chappelle is exactly who I think of when I think of it. Like, Dave Chappelle is a fucking master of it. Exactly. He has a way to play on racial stereotypes, especially black people stereotypes.
Yeah, well, because he is black, so that helps him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But it even if he was white, it wouldn't matter. Like, his jokes, like, still land in a way.
I mean, he still gets criticism.
It's
I think
3:30 a.m. and
I hate how he gets because he's a
yeah,
fucking
I
master
know.
of comedy. He's taking out the race factor. He is just a master of timing. Holy shit.
Scott says it's 3:30 a.m. and I'm drunk. Forgive me for not being totally there. That's okay, Scott. I understand.
Trust me.
Yeah, but like I said, because I think like he still gets criticism, but like obviously it'd be hella different if a white man was up on stage making similar black jokes.
I mean, that's also me saying that it shouldn't be different.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be. But I understand why it is. But I'm happy that he's able to make these jokes because like these kinds of jokes can bring us together. You know, Scott was saying, he does such a good job at the comedy, the more racist jokes where it's not so bad where you're like, ooh, like his Netflix he had the Netflix special.
I'm curious if Nicole has anything to say about what we're talking about, because he's really smart on all of this.
Waiting on Nicole.
Keep going on.
He had the Netflix special that had came out, and he was commenting on cancel culture, like saying, he was like, "Oh, who is this? Who am I mimicking? Oh, you guys suck. I hate all of you. I'm gonna cancel you. Blah blah blah." And someone had chimed in, Donald Trump. He's like, "No, that's you. that's you guys. Like, you guys see something from 50 years ago and start attacking the person who said it 50 years ago."
Dave Chappelle's a fucking master.
Yeah, but it was so funny because he was commenting on how ridiculous cancel culture is, and then cancel culture tried canceling him for it. Like, I'm sure he knew it was going to happen. Netflix is a joke. Yeah, I watched that channel too. I actually, at first, I thought that show, that channel, Netflix a joke, was a channel attacking Netflix. Saying how
the name of the special, I think.
Yeah, it's like I think there's a channel for it or something because I see it a lot on YouTube. But yeah, I thought that name Netflix is a joke was like someone saying how ridiculous Netflix is. But then I learned, they're showing a lot of comedians and these segments are funny. I get it now. It's saying Netflix is a joke because they're telling jokes.
pivoting, but staying on comedy. I've shown you Bo Burnham, right?
I fucking love Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham's amazing.
Yet I just realized I was wrong. I didn't know it was the channel.
That's okay, Scott.
Any real racist stuff. He's a master at satirical comedy. I was talking to someone at work today about him. We had gotten this whole conversation about music theory and how a lot of people just listen to the popular stuff, and the reason it's popular is because it just panders to people.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought up, like, have you ever heard about Bo Burnham? He's like, I don't know who that is. Like, do you like stand-up? He's like, yeah. I'm like, look up on Netflix Make Happy, and this is for
good
the
one.
2 people listening. Make Happy is a stand-up special of Bo Burnham's, and he's amazing. It's primarily
thanks for putting
Bo Burnham.
me on the spot.
For anyone who won't
So
know,
here's the
Bo
thing, though,
Burnham
context and delivery matter.
Nicole responds.
Comedian.
But so does timing, and I don't just
one second,
mean
I'll finish this,
comedy.
and then we'll read her.
And make a joke.
Bo Burnham is a stand-up comedian who also does music, and he plays on both. He deconstructs both. So if you haven't watched him, fucking watch him.
Yeah, he is great.
What did Nicole say?
Wow, thanks for putting me on the spot.
You're welcome. Here's the thing, through context and delivery matter. Yep. Here's the thing, though. Sorry, not through. Though context and delivery matter, so does timing. And I don't just mean comedic timing. Like, you wouldn't go to Auschwitz on the anniversary. And absolutely. Like, that is something that a lot of people don't get is timing really does matter.
Yep.
And like you said, not just comedic timing. Like, a lot of people make really inappropriate jokes, and on, like, specifically not even like not realizing, like, knowing what day it is or what time it is, and they make really inappropriate jokes, thinking that because it's relevant, it'll land better. And it's like, sometimes that's not the best. Like, you wouldn't make a 9/11 joke
on 9/11.
on, like, not like on 9/11. Like, it would make sense now because we're so disconnected
Also,
from it.
background does if you were actually racist in the past, you can't make racist jokes. They will always be viewed as racist.
But
Nicole said something else. I didn't get the chance to read it.
Background does, if you're actually racist in the past, you can't make racist jokes. They will always view it. That is something that's 100% true.
Yeah.
The whole, like, your
background matters. Yeah.
And that's something that I feel like 100% is fine, but I feel the problem with that becomes in modern society is that if you said something racist before, you never become not racist, and everything you say is viewed through that lens. So it's like, you might not even make a racist statement, but it's like, you were racist before, so you're racist now. It's like, that's not how that works.
That's the cancel culture.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that's cancel culture. I would say that's I don't say that's like wrong. That's human nature. Is like, we don't view things in the, like, changing ways or whatever. I just got hit all the way back to the end of this slime ramp. Holy shit. But I don't know, it kind of annoys me how people are like, oh, you're wrong for
I think it's difficult to make examples or have examples for a racist
that would
joke.
Be consequences for your actions.
Nicole says that would be consequences for your actions. I think what I was trying to say is I think that it's hard to, because it's a joke can be so fluid, and it can be like timing, person saying it, when saying it. Like, there's so many variables that come into play when saying something that could be a racist joke that it would honestly, we would have to look at a specific thing that was said. Like, we can't just sit here and say, it's tough to say, well, it's all okay if, like we were saying, it's only funny, with timing, stuff like that. So I think it's so hard to say what's okay as a joke until we hear the joke that people are questioning.
I mean, yes, that is true. Like, everything's subjective, but on the whole, like, it just like becoming you and everything. I'm gonna put, we talked about this the other night. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart hit a scandal, quote unquote scandal.
Yep.
Of I don't even quote unquote. It was a scandal. Like, people did try to cancel him over the gay son joke.
Yep.
Where he said, like, oh, if my son would, like, I won't try to paraphrase, or I won't try to quote the joke. Like definitely look up the joke.
Yeah, something about the dollhouse, right?
But it was the essence of the joke, the point of the joke was, if his son was gay, he wouldn't be okay with it because he wouldn't like really know how to. And that was the point of the joke. Is like he wouldn't know how to handle it. Like he wouldn't. Like it's not something that's okay in his culture. He'd be like, how the fuck do I handle it? So he wouldn't be okay with him being gay. And people would look back on him being like, oh, that's a homophobic joke. And he did apologize for it and went on with it. And he didn't say like, oh, he didn't try to double down and say like, oh, it's fine. Like, oh, I wouldn't make that joke today.
Yeah,
I'm
he
sorry.
apologized.
I apologize. But it's like, that's not a joke that someone should be canceled over. Because the point of the joke was his own, like, I don't know how to handle this. It wasn't that gay is being wrong. It was, I don't know how to handle this. And that's like a difference where I'd see is like, people who make a joke over gay or being a certain race is wrong are wrong. Like, there's no saving that joke. That person's awful. Like that joke should be gone. But if someone makes a joke on like them saying like I'm not okay with this, and that's the point of the joke, is like how crazy is it that I'm not okay with this? I don't see a problem with that. I don't know. People also evolve.
Yeah,
Like,
no, people's. I have changed, like,
yeah.
my mindset or my opinions have changed many times. Where I felt different about something that I felt the opposite.
It would be a completely different reaction for me if it ended with fucking Kevin Hart not apologize. If he was fucking like, oh no, it's a fucking joke, suck the fuck up, guy. Like, I'd be like, yeah, Kevin Hart's an asshole. Like, the fact that he was like, no, like, hey, I realized, like, when I told that joke early 2000s, like, it was okay, and now it's not, so I wouldn't tell that joke again now. Like, I get that. Because comedy also does change throughout the years. Like, if we heard a joke from a 1400s jester, we wouldn't find it funny today. We might even find it bad. We'd be making fun of the bubonic plague. We'd be like, oh, two-thirds of the world died during the bubonic plague. Shut the fuck up, assholes. Like, cool, like, we don't like it now, but clearly it was funny then.
Yep.
He didn't get his head chopped off then for it.
I hate this one. Just saying. Just saying. Are you in this, Danny?
No, I'm just watching you. It's all on you. Run with that.
Which one did you
boy.
lose?
I won the last one.
Oh, okay. I hate the tails. I can't see because the... Give me your tail!
Get it! There you go! Got it! Run! Run, bitch!
Become the nine-tailed fox you've always wanted to be.
Ever tell you about the fucking fanfic roleplay
Wow.
during high school I wrote
Force
about Naruto?
sensitive beans here, man.
Ever tell you about that shit?
No, I don't think so.
So you
Get
know
up, bitch!
I hate Naruto, right?
I did not know you that.
I do. I
What the
hate it.
fuck is this game?
Because it takes what would have been a great storyline and fucking shits all over it. Because I like the ideas, but it's just...
I think Nicole asked what this
Shit's
game
on.
is. This is Fall Guys.
Did she say? Let me see. You're playing. I'll play it into the tab as much as I can.
Woo! Made it! Yeah, it was Nicole. Yeah, what the fuck is this game? She says. Yeah, this is Fall Guys. It was free to play, or free to get for like last month. It's a really
now
easy
it's
to
like-
understand game. My fiance loves it. Like, so
It is really fun. I really
Yeah.
like this game.
it's easy to stream on because it's so simple
You
to
just
understand.
fucking do whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, back to Naruto, because I'm a self-righteous prick and I'm going to talk about the things that I like. And it, so, hate Naruto proper because it ruins the thing, whatever. But I was an angsty teen, as you'll know from growing up with me.
Yeah.
Angsty teen that thought I know everything and I liked to write and everything.
Really?
So I
You thought you
joined
knew
a-
everything?
Right? I wrote fucking forum role playing was still a thing for angsty teens back then, in the early to mid 2000s. Wrote a fanfic role play with a few people who, thinking back at it, were probably middle-aged guys pretending to be teenage women. About Naruto and shit. And suffice to say, it wasn't YouTube appropriate. But all that to say, like, I hate Naruto, and it in that roleplay was better than any Naruto season ever was.
See, I liked Naruto, but it definitely the filler episodes suck.
I hate it because it literally squandered what it had good because of filler. Like, it tried to be super popular forever, and it just didn't.
Yeah.
Never lived up to its potential of being good. For lack of a better way to say it.
Go, baby! Yeah! Woo!
Did you just win?
I won because I fucked the guy over!
I think Naruto
You saw it
running is
here.
funny.
He actually won a
It's all
crown.
I
Yeah!
I wish you had been recording then I'd have fucking run.
I know.
Fucking Scott just said, I think Naruto running is funny. It's all I know about it.
Yeah.
So, if anyone doesn't watch it, watch, I think it was still, their, About Science channel. For Kyle Hill has a video on, I think it's About Science or whatever, about Naruto running, on whether or not it's actually faster than running. And if I remember right, I could be completely misremembering.
I can play one more.
Watch the video. Watch the video if I'm wrong, and tell me if I'm wrong. But I think he found that, like, Naruto running for an Olympic athlete is actually faster. Like, for a trained athlete, is literally more aerodynamic and faster. Because science, not
OMG,
about
did
science,
anyone
because
else see the
science.
picture of the
That's
army
what
CPL who had to
If
explain
you
what
don't know
Naruto
who
running
Kyle
to a
Hill
general?
Find him on YouTube. Type Kyle Hill on YouTube. His channel is literally his name.
Read what Nicole
Subscribe
said.
to him. Subscribe to his Patreon. Give him money. He is amazing. Nicole. Oh my God! Did anyone else see the picture of the army corporal who had to explain what Naruto running to a general? I need to see this.
Yeah,
now.
I've never seen
need
it,
to
but I
check
can
this
only
out.
imagine.
I'm
can
gonna
only
fail
imagine.
this round. You go on. You're the one streaming. I'm gonna fail this round and look this up and tell you what I'm watching. We're gonna see how this works on this. I need to see this. I'm assuming it's on this. I'm gonna Google it so that way I know exactly where it is. That's not a YouTube appropriate Google search. Army Corporal explains Naruto running to general. Army 51, ready. Pentagon explaining. Is it this one? I'm gonna watch a video real quick. It's called Pentagon explaining
It was
Naruto
during the
running
Area
into
51 invasion
This
thing
is
that
the
happened.
share the
Oh,
link in
she
chat.
said it was during the Area 51 invasion.
Okay, then that's what it is. Like, share the link, because I'm not finding one that's a military, I'm finding one that's YouTube. Share the link real quick, and I'm gonna watch it and talk about it on this. That's fucking hilarious.
Haha, that one kid who ran at
That is
R51 was
worth
hilarious.
talking about, because, for anyone that watches this in the future, because no one's gonna watch this now, except for the people that are watching it. Anyone will watch this in the future when I make this channel super famous, because I'm amazing. Me and Nicole are both in the military, so military stuff hits really close to home for us. I won't say branch or anything more than that, but it's really close to home for us.
First one not done with Seesaw, baby.
Yeah, I'm not making this. I'm still
Lost it when he Naruto ran in the background of a new report.
There's
Lost-
another guy here with me, which is amazing to me that someone else is here with
We
me.
gotta find you. So Scott says that one kid who ran at Area 51 was hilarious. Lost it when he ran in the background of the news report. Yeah, I remember that.
Like, that whole Area 51 raid just...
That started off as a
Like-
meme, as a joke, and then it just kind of took off.
It kills me for so many reasons. Like, I can't get to too many. Like, I know Josh knows more, or suck my clip. I'm gonna have to start using your screen name.
No, you can. Josh is fine. I've used.
I don't
Yeah.
want to out you to YouTube. If
No, I've
if
already
you get
used-
super famous. I don't
We have
want
already
to.
used. Me and Sammy have already used our real names. It's so much easier. Having to say
Yeah,
Raven Boss
okay.
or Suck My Clip, because Suck My Clips isn't really my name. It's just the channel's name.
Yeah.
So, but
So yeah, I'll just say your name. And for the record, in case you ever care, like I don't care either.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Josh knows
That's
a
me.
little bit about what I did in the military, but I won't get super into it for a lot of reasons. But like the Area 51 raid really hits home to me because it's not because like, oh, I want to know or anything, but because it really highlights how mass hysteria and propaganda hits home with the American population. Like it really, I don't even know to say hysteria and propaganda because that definitely was a part of it. But on like we know, I think most people who went there knew that Area 51 was nothing by the time they went there.
Hmm.
Like I think that was a very common knowledge, but they were still like, this will get me seen by people, so I'm gonna go there to be seen by people. It's a very I want to exist and be known by everyone I can type of mentality, if that makes sense. So it's a weird thing. I don't think we'll ever see that again. Is what happened with Area 51.
Yeah. Fuck.
'Cause at least I hope everyone paid attention to the fucking like decade-old report about how the Air Force
Ended
had
up
fucking
just
moved
being a
out of
bunch of
Area 51.
Redditors standing in a
Like, I
circle.
hope everyone who showed up there knew that Area 51 was empty, or essentially empty.
Yeah. Alexa, stop. Someone
No,
said it ended
Alexa
up.
won't stop.
Someone just said it ended up being just a bunch of Redditors standing in a circle. Pretty
And
much.
that's what it was. Yeah. But it was people who want to be seen. Who thought this would be a way for them to like, quote unquote, make their mark.
Don't say
and,
Alexa.
and be seen by everyone. And that's very telling of American culture, of how we have been raised so much on individualism and make your mark and make yourself known, that when social media blew up and someone on social media said, let's go to Area 51 and do this, that enough people went and did it that there were news reports and military briefings on it. Like, that is insane to me, that people went to that length.
Yeah.
And that is very telling about the power of social media.
Right.
Like,
Enough to where
very
like they had to have briefings.
yeah. And like, you have a lot of dumb briefings in the military, because you have a lot of dumb briefings.
Yeah.
But like, I can't imagine how dumb a briefing that was for those MPs. I can't imagine how dumb that was.
I bet you
I've had some
they were
dumb
enjoying
briefings.
it.
Oh, I bet they were laughing their fucking ass off.
Yeah.
But, like, I can't imagine. I've never experienced a briefing that had to be that dumb. I experienced some dumb briefings. I experienced a briefing where I got a shout out for breaking my finger. Like, to give you an example.
Come on, no.
Into the bubble gum.
God damn it.
I've experienced some dumb briefings where I dislocated my pinky, and during a briefing, like, got commended. Like, literally, my NCO commended me for getting my pinky dislocated. But I can't imagine a briefing as dumb as
I
people
mean,
are
that's
about
a little
to
bit of a
sprint towards
pessimistic view of it. The other
machine
way of looking at it is that in American culture there's a sect of the popular.
But I think that's the end of it, right? No, Nicole says something else.
That is
Ignore
nice.
that they feel that's the only way to be seen, which admittedly isn't any more optimistic.
Yeah.
Looking at it is that in American culture, there's a sect of populace that is downtrodden and ignored, that they feel that there's the only way to be seen, which admittedly isn't any more optimistic. That is very true. There's a lot of people in America that feel like they aren't heard. I won't want to say seen, but aren't heard. And I feel that's on an American politics on both sides of it. There are people on the left that feel they aren't heard, and people on the right that aren't heard. And right is probably more on the not heard side. And that is very fair. Everyone wants to feel heard, everyone wants to feel seen. And that's very fair. I guess spinning off of like the funny stuff of Area 51, the problem with that is for me personally, I don't want to say this is the problem, but for me the problem with that is people don't. People want to be heard, but don't care if they're right. Like, if I could want to be heard, to explain where I'm coming from with that, I could want to be heard all I want. Like, it's very important for me as a very prideful person. It is very important for me to exist, and for people to know that I exist. But if I was standing there screaming that the sky is green, yes, I want to be heard. But I don't think society should give me a megaphone for saying the sky is green. Because it's very clearly not. Would it suck for me? Absolutely yes, because I would want to be heard, and it would suck that I'm not being heard. I get that. I get, for me personally, it would suck. I get, for my sect of people, it would suck. I don't think society would be better hearing me shout the sky is green.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it at that, because I have to get ready.
Work.
Yeah, I wish I didn't. I gotta get ready for work, go to my job, work my overtime, get paid time and a half. So, thank you.
That paper, yo.
Paper, yep. Thank you to anyone who joined in on the stream. Thank you to Scott and Nicole for contributing. I appreciate you guys. It really helps out.
Oh, definitely.
And as always, thank you to Danny for joining the stream and playing with me, because otherwise there would honestly probably be no content here.
You would still respond to them. I trust you. But
Yeah,
I'll be here whenever you need
but
it.
Good night. I definitely don't think I would have been as enjoyable. But all right, well, everyone have a good night, and sleep tight, and don't get too drunk, and do anything you'll regret. Love you. Bye.
Good night, all.
Good Naki, emoji.
Good night.